house, they're worried about their credit, or they're just simply embarrassed. And bankruptcy helps you keep those things. We can get your credit back in just a few short months. And believe it or not, about half of your friends have already filed bankruptcy.
Check them out at ShepleyLaw.com.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic. The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not 1, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Heather, what's up?
Yeah, crews are still on the scene of a multi-vehicle accident on the Parkway West inbound. It's just before the bottom of the far side of Green Tree Hill. The left lane is blocked, and inbound delays stretch back to the 79 split. Once you get past the accident site, though, you will pick up speed and stay in pretty good moving traffic until around the Banksville on-ramp as you approach the Fort Pitt Tunnel. The outbound side of the Parkway West, though, jammed from Parkway Center to the bottom of Green Tree Hill. That's drivers slowing down to look at the accident on the inbound side. Parkway East inbound sluggish approaching the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Parkway North is clear. No issues on 28 or 65. 51, a little stop and go approaching 88. With AAA traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
High 78 this afternoon with plenty of sun, then clear to partly cloudy and a bit breezy with a low of 52 tonight. Breezy with sunshine, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Wow. A lot going on, folks. I am getting a copy of the lawsuit just filed in the last few minutes by Allegheny County Sheriff Kevin Krause. Krause is suing Allegheny County Council. The lawsuit was just filed. The allegation is that Krause says the referendum that they want to put on the ballot to put term limits on all county elected offices is illegal. As soon as we get the lawsuit, which we're waiting on right now, it has been filed. We're downloading it right now. Thanks, Patrick. We will let you know. Meantime, I got to play a clip from yesterday, but I want to start this segment by playing off what the superintendent said about the Pittsburgh public school kids. Part of the issue he has to deal with is managing the violent kids. Several incidents I'm going to point out. In these cases, the public school kids were involved. This week, Allderdice students ran into a movie theater, running up and down the aisles screaming in the movie theater. And the manager of the movie theater said it happens on a regular basis, okay? Issue number 2, teenage kids. Play the Sephora clip first, please. Teenage kids nearly beat a woman to death working in the Sephora store, East Liberty area. She hid in the dressing room. They dragged her out and tried to beat her to death with a sign. Listen to this sound from that incident. Crazy.
Can you start to 125 Shady Avenue? The Sephora, there's a group of juveniles fighting inside the store. We'll get you another unit.
Officers.
You 1740.
485, I'll also respond to Shady.
485, that's copy. 25, I'm going to pull you from center. Can you start to Shady?
25, copy.
4 units for Sephora. It may also be the Barnes & Noble at this location. One female's holding a pole trying to hit someone with it, and another juvenile is possibly topless.
422, I'm out on Shady. We have another injured female. Bite marks, lacerations to the head.
Confirmed, 2 injured.
All right. That's that. They tried to beat a woman to death. Teenagers from the Pittsburgh public school system tried to beat a woman to death with a sign from the Sephora store. And then this. Teenagers, they believe from PPS, tried to beat a man to death, beat him unconscious in the middle of the street in broad daylight in front of the Whole Foods store in East Liberty yesterday about 5:30. Listen to this.
Getting assault at the Whole Foods, 5700 Penn Avenue off of North St. Clair, South Euclid. Said a male was weapons involved.
Copy from the zone.
Copy. Additional updates that the male is bleeding from his head, unconscious.
Yeah.
34 copies. Is there detail officer there?
Negative. 1653.
All right, show me around.
Copy. He is going to Whole Foods, calling now. Doesn't think the male is breathing.
3585. Show me an area of home or Whole Foods. Is there a description of the actor?
No descriptions.
Black shorts, took off towards Baum Boulevard.
Copy. Actor, black male in his 20s, black shorts, no shirt, directional flight towards Baum.
You can add the actor juvenile. He's going to have a white shirt, black head wrap. Push this male.
Copy. Additional black juvenile,
Right.
white shirt, black
We
hair
get
wrap.
it.
To confirm, 3.
At least 5 black juveniles tried to beat a man to death. About 5:30 in the afternoon, right in the street in front of the Whole Foods. This is a friggin' nightmare. All these teenagers should be in school. All of them. And when they're in school, they're worse. JK, Jim Klingensmith. Sir, it's the drumbeat of horrifying violence, unchecked, JK. You've been at this for decades. Have you ever seen it this bad, sir? Because I haven't.
No, because there's no other side. There's no checks and balances on the other side. So it's all on them right now. It's the criminals. It's the juvenile wave. It's to see how far we can push it. You know, you can't even go sit and watch a movie in peace. You got some goof running up and down the aisle.
True.
So, you know, listening to all this, you know, you constantly hear, okay, so, you know, but right now the schools don't educate them. Parents aren't parenting.
No.
The judges don't enforce crime.
No.
And this is exactly how you create career criminal juvenile machines. Because at what point are they protecting them or helping them? Where are they aiding them or guiding them or sending them in the right direction? They are creating juvenile criminal career machines.
Oh,
that's what they're doing.
It's, my man, it has that vibe of the Jamaican gangs that took over cities in the 80s. It has that unchecked drug dealing to the point where the feds had to come in and arrest everyone and send them to federal prison. It has that vibe, doesn't it? Mayhem, unchecked.
Yeah, we're already here because the state attorney general, Dave Sunday, got fed up with the city and the county judicial nightmare over there, not doing their job, not prosecuting crime, not stopping crime, you know, just on one case, one overall overwhelming case. But it had $800,000 worth of accumulated damages, dozens of gun stores robbed, hundreds of guns stolen, about 8 or 9 kids already murdered, okay, and dying on the streets from this crew. And each one of those kids had 14 to 19 prior felony criminal records. Priors.
Hey, JK.
So where's the benefit?
JK, here's what scares the hell out of me. They're 14-year-olds with a 40-year-old criminal mind. That man in East Liberty yesterday, he was unconscious. They had to bring him back to life. They wanted to beat him to death, sir. Teenagers.
Yeah.
What has happened here?
They don't care. They want to see how far they can push it. They can see how, you know, how much they can get away with. They're having fun on the streets at the expense of our citizens, okay? You have a woman almost died, gets tracked into a store, assaulted by numerous juveniles. Almost. So you have a lady get hit in a brick downtown in the back of the head just for YouTube and snapshots. Okay. Almost died. That's another one. So then you have this guy. He actually died on the scene. They brought him back to life. I heard they had to resuscitate him several times to, you know what I mean? Now, where's he going to be? So almost. It's a matter of time before one of these innocent victims die.
Hey, JK, what about folks who say, we can't arrest our way out of this? What about that, sir?
Yeah, how about give it a try? You know, everybody knows it's a proven statistic that, 90% of the crimes are committed by 5 to 7% of the community. It's the same individuals. And the problem is they're bringing in other kids. They're getting bigger. They're getting bolder. They're doing more and more because there is no repercussions. The little kids are sitting, watching these kids come in and talk about, oh, we just went and beat this old lady up, robbed her, took her stuff, ha, ha, ha. And the little 12-year-old's like, yeah, I'm going with you tomorrow. Let's go out and have some fun and attack some people. So that's what this is like. They don't care. There is no enforcement. The parents aren't doing it. The schools aren't doing it. The juvenile judicial system aren't doing it. And that's why you hear every single time.
Every day, brother.
Big arrest.
Every day.
Yeah. Every day. Every single day. Man. Every single day. And then you get the same comments from the mayor and, the chief, too, because they're like, hey, we did our job. We arrested them. We put them in jail. We did what we can do because they know the second they hit that gate, they're gone. Like they're going in and say, hi, honey, here's a candy bar. Go ahead home. And like it's a repetitive, ongoing situation.
And it's sad, JK.
Never going to stop.
JK, it's sad. It's sad.
It is. When's it going to stop? What's it going to take?
I don't know.
Here's the thing that really, people don't understand. Man. So my body's hammered. My body's busted up. So my use of force criterion is much quicker than somebody else's. I can't fall down. I risk being paralyzed. I can't get punched in the face or assaulted, and I'm not. So when you get a guy like me who's confronted with, a half a dozen kids coming in to assault me inside of 21 feet, we're going to have a real bad problem on our hands, and they're going to come after me, and they're going to blame me or guys like me who are going to defend themselves.
Because of what you're talking about, my good friend Mad Max, who has a concealed carry permit, insane training, because of these confrontations on the streets of downtown, said for the first time in his life, he came very close to shooting 2 people yesterday on the streets of downtown Pittsburgh.
That's sad. So, I sent you that post about Jeff Cooper, what he said. And this is exactly where we're at. And this is how upsetting it's become. Colonel Cooper, U.S. Marine Corps. If violent crime is to be curbed, it is only the intended victim who can do it. The felon does not fear the police. He fears neither the judge nor jury. Therefore, he must be taught to fear the victim. And that's where we're at.
JK.
I trained all weekend at the range with my family to get ready to. You never know. Wow. You got to train. Be safe.
JK, thank you, brother. Truth to power.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. By the way, I'm holding the Kevin Krause lawsuit. We will get into the details. This is a breaking story suing the county council. Sued the Allegheny County Council and County Executive Sarah Innamorato, seeking a court order declaring a recently adopted county term limits ordinance invalid. Breaking news. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, so some good news. Crews have cleared the earlier accident, a multi-vehicle accident on the Parkway West inbound just before the bottom of the far side of Green Tree Hill. The bad news, though, is we are still seeing some significant residual delays. If you're traveling inbound on the Parkway West, you're going to hit those delays just past the 79 split. Stay in some slow-moving traffic until around the bottom of the far side of Green Tree Hill. Then you'll pick back up. You'll have a pretty good flow of traffic until around the Runaway Truck Sand Pile when you'll slow down again on the inbound side. On the outbound side, side, though, once you come out of the Fort Pitt Tunnel, you're up to speed, but then you'll start to slow down around the area of Parkway Center. You'll stay in some slow-moving traffic until the bottom of the far side of Green Tree Hill. That is simply due to the residual delays of folks on the outbound side slowing down to see what was happening on the inbound side. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pittsburgh, Larry Richard here. Let's go to Paris to cheer on the black and gold. I have your golden ticket through AAA October 21st through the 26th. We're taking over the City of Light. Round-trip flights, a luxury Marriott stay, game tickets, and an epic black and gold kickoff party. Double occupancy packages starting at $7,199. Space is extremely limited. Call 800-354-8761 or visit your local AAA branch now. Here we go to Paris with AAA Travel.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Vacation costs add up fast. The rental, the gas, the groceries. What about the stuff you actually want to spend money on? So before you book through a third-party site, visit SWAC Vacations directly. When you book direct, you skip the platform fees and keep more money in your vacation budget. Explore family-friendly vacation rentals at beaches, lakes, and mountains you love. Visit swacvacations.com, SWACK Vacations. Less wasted on fees, more saved for memories.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Got a lot going on. Insane teen violence. Tried to beat a man to death in East Liberty yesterday, 5:30 in the afternoon, right in front of the Whole Foods. Broad daylight, didn't give a damn. Guy stopped breathing. Issue number 2, Kevin Krause. Thanks to Patrick's hustle, we have this. Patrick, summarize this, please. What you're seeing so far, please.
All right, so just got the lawsuit downloaded a moment ago.
Kevin Krause suing
Allegheny County Council and County Executive Sarah Anna Morato, and the challenge is the 3-term limit that council is proposing for elected officials in the county.
He's asking that the court issue a declaratory judgment that Allegheny County ordinance, blah, 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 setting a 3-term limit for the office of sheriff represents an illegal exercise of the county's authority, which is barred by the law of the Commonwealth. The ordinance is illegal on 3 fronts. So he's taking this on today.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Krause just filed this. This is big. I know Anthony is here, and I asked him to be. He can comment on both. Number one, this violence in East Liberty has gone beyond anyone's comprehension, hasn't it, sir?
Absolutely. I see it all the time. There was an incident in Whole Foods last week when I was in store, and this was at 3:30, something after 4. We had a horde, 5 or 6 school kids from Obama that came in with masks, hoods. Wow. It's a beautiful day, and they were disruptive and they were stealing things, and the workers were impotent to do anything because of store policy that says you can't intervene. So they just come in and run roughshod over people, and there's no accountability. They know that the policeman doesn't – they have a policeman in the evening or a policewoman that comes in about 5 o'clock. But in between that time, they just cause all kind of havoc, and that's what you saw yesterday when they beat that man senselessly on the street and right by a park with children, right in front of a PNC bank. So there's cameras everywhere. They'll, if they have the gumption and stomach, they'll catch the hooligans. But what do we do then? Someone, Mr. Krause, you should be suing Sarah Innamorato and Bethany Hallam for slow walking the opening of Schumann because the juvenile delinquents know there's no accountability.
It's frightening, Anthony. And you've seen it all. As a former member of the Black Panthers, this has a whole nother level of impunity to these teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they have no respect. I mean, look, you saw the incident that happened in a convenience store downtown in the cultural district where they beat a man senseless. And they jump you now. They jump you. And it's scary. My sons say, Dad, we know your history. But no one will bother me. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I don't want them to bother anyone. And they're doing it.
Hold on, though, Anthony. Hold on. How the hell did this happen, this wave of, and this is happening all over, Chicago, L.A., New York, with teens taking over these downtown areas? Why is this happening now in this place in time in American history? Why?
They're being influenced by what they get on their phones. You have influencers who are telling them to do it. That's where the term teen takeover came from. Teen, they do the same thing. They were doing it with the cars the last couple of years. Yeah. Where in the middle of the night they're making donuts in the middle, but they're being called to arms. And you need to go after those folks too, who are pushing these children. But the parents play the larger part. How come you don't know where your 15-year-old is at 2 o'clock in the morning when they're being stabbed in Market Square?
And before I lose you, because you do have so much wisdom on this, Krause is suing Innamorato in the county, saying that these term limits are illegal for him, saying it was put in place prior to his election, and the term limit was not contemplated by the candidate or the voters themselves. What say you, sir?
He may have an uphill battle because that's how we got the change in county government through referendum anyway. They went from the 3 county commissioners to the executive. They had the authority to do it through the home rule charter. So of course they want to oust him. They want to oust everybody. He's not a progressive and they don't agree with.
The ordinance limits the sheriff of Allegheny County to no more than 3 terms. The ordinance is void and unenforceable as a matter of law because it violates limitations placed upon the row office of the sheriff of Allegheny County by the Pennsylvania Constitution. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We'll see. I wish him luck. I want to, honestly, I am for term limits, but I don't like the way they're doing this.
All right, before you go, round me out. If these teams come at you, sir, in that same store, what do you do?
Well, I'm licensed to carry, and I've been licensed to carry for close to 40 years. I'm going to take somebody out. I'm not going to allow you to harm me. And I'm not going to allow, if I'm in the vicinity, I'm not going to allow you to harm someone else. I'm just not going to. My conscience would not allow me to. And, Marty, they come in waves at you. Yeah. It's not one-on-one. It's 5 or 6. Yeah. So, I have money for an attorney if I have to, but I'm not going to allow you to beat me to death. It's not going to happen.
My brother, truth to power, thank you.
All right.
It's all very sad and scary.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The Village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost. Actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof. NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
Pittsburgh, get ready. Three Rivers Comic-Con is celebrating its 10th year in 2026, and it's bigger than ever. Meet comic creators, shop unique vendors, and dive into a full day of fandom fun for all ages. Whether you're into comics, art, cosplay, or collectibles, this is the event you don't want to miss. Join the celebration and be part of a decade of comics culture. Get your tickets for Three Rivers Comic-Con 2026 at threeriverscomiccon.com or at the door. Presented by New Dimension Comics.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Morgan & Morgan isn't just an injury firm. It's our family's life work. It's my husband, it's my sons, it's me. When we take a case, we see a family just like ours. $30 billion recovered is something I'm proud of. But what I'm really proud of are the families we stood beside. It's an honor to fight for you when you need our support the most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people and your family.
Morgan & Morgan, 603 Stanwyck Street, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania lawyer will handle Pennsylvania cases. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 72 degrees at 11 o'clock. I'm David Valorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. 45 years of experience and thousands of five-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. It's unclear now whether the latest draft plan for a potential peace deal between the U.S. and Iran will move forward. Sources telling ABC News that the framework would extend an already fragile ceasefire by 60 days while negotiations on Iran's nuclear program take place. But both Iran and the U.S. still need to sign off on it, and there have been failed attempts before at similar stages. More from ABC's Ian Pinnell.
We have been here before. In fact, at least 4 or 5 occasions, we've been told that a deal was close at hand, only for it not to materialize. It's not just President Trump who needs to sign off on it. Also, the Supreme Leader of Iran, Mujtaba Khamenei, needs to agree to it.
You may have heard about the 100 deadliest days of summer, the time period between Memorial Day and Labor Day, which is statistically more dangerous for teen drivers. AAA's Jim Garrity tells KDKA Radio that teen drivers face a real uphill battle when it comes to risk factors behind the wheel, which is why the travel agency is taking the perspective of encouraging 100 days of safe driving behaviors for everyone.
Because for all of us, the risk of teen driver-related crashes goes up. If you're involved in one of those teen driver crashes, they can be fatal. And if we're all practicing safer behaviors behind the wheel, that's really going to go a long way towards keeping the roads as safe as possible.
He says in 2024, roughly 30% of the crashes involving teen drivers that result in fatalities happened during that time frame. Well, what's up with all the rats in Rostraver? Residents there claim they have seen hundreds of them along Adams Road off of Route 51. Dr. Chad Gore, who is an expert in all things bugs and rodents, says to have that many rats in one location is pretty rare, but...
Given the right conditions, I mean, the populations can grow really quickly. And if you don't do anything about it, you don't mitigate the issue, then it goes basically unchecked and, really just starts to spread.
Rostraver officials say the rodents are coming from a property off of Route 51, which is rife with unsanitary conditions. Pittsburgh Water announcing more than $32 million in lead pipe replacements throughout the city's East End, with projects in Bloomfield, Central Lawrenceville, Shadyside, and Highland Park. The goal is to replace all of the lead pipes in the city by the end of 2027. It looks like a former Westinghouse Electric office site in Monroeville will soon be at full capacity since Westinghouse moved out 15 years ago. The Pittsburgh Business Times says Bechtel Plant Machinery is poised to move into the Northern Pipe property, which is now called Nextier Connect. Bechtel already has a strong presence in the region and is number 8 on the Business Times list of the area's largest manufacturers. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are higher. The Dow is up 332 points, the Nasdaq is up 30, and the S&P 500 is currently higher by 16. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will start a weekend series with the Minnesota Twins tonight. Jared Jones will make his first start for the Bucks since September 27th of 2024. He missed all of last year after undergoing UCL surgery in May of 2025. KDK Radio News Time, 11:03. Beautiful day in Pittsburgh. It's sunny and 72 degrees. AAA traffic at the AccuWeather forecast next.
While you sleep, There are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, so the good news is the earlier accident on the Parkway West inbound has been cleared. Traffic from the 79 split to the area of Carnegie, mostly back up to speed, a little sluggish in spots. That's the area where the accident was. However, on the rest of the inbound side, though, you are getting in line around the top of Green Tree Hill, and you're going to stay in some slow-moving traffic down into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. The outbound side, mostly up to speed, some residual delays from rubbernecking traffic still there as well, but mostly back up to speed. The inbound Parkway East, moving pretty well, a little sluggish at the approach to the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. No issues on the Parkway North. 28 and 65 are both moving well. With AAA traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will stay nice and sunny with a high of 78, then a few clouds and a bit of a breeze with a low of 52 tonight. Mostly sunny and breezy, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case, Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
You heard it first, breaking news. Kevin Krause, the sheriff, I've known more than 20 years, so I have a personal bias. That being said, he filed a lawsuit about, what would you say, Patrick, about an hour ago, right?
Yes, sir.
And he's suing the county and Sarah Innamorato, right?
Correct.
Excuse me, saying that term limits, in essence, are illegal involving him. Attorney Tom King, one of the best in the country. Tom, you have worked on this with the PA Sheriff's Association, and you've worked with Kevin and Jack Goodrich, his attorney. What does this mean, sir?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, Marty. And secondly, listen, Sheriff Krause is 100% right here. He's got one of the best lawyers he could ever have, a terrific lawyer, Jack Goodrich, who has thoroughly researched this, and I've been pleased to take a look at their work, and they're 100% correct. There is no way that the Allegheny County Council has the authority to term limit the sheriff of Allegheny County, and we're concerned, of course, that someone else would pick up on this and have the same attempt in another county in Pennsylvania. I'm the general counsel for the Pennsylvania Sheriff's Association, representing all the sheriffs. So we're 100% behind Sheriff Krause. He's 100% right, and he's got a great legal team, and Jack Goodrich is going to do a fabulous job on this, and we expect to participate in some way as the sheriff wants us to. So,
Tom King, Tom, from Bethany Hallam County Council, he needs an injury first. It will get tossed. He has to wait for voters to vote. Then he can sue. Is that accurate, sir?
Not in my opinion. There are lots of. I just argued one of these cases in the Commonwealth Court. There are lots of cases. You don't have to wait until something happens when there's a constitutional violation. The threat of that happening is shown, for example, in the gun cases. The gun owners took a case to the Supreme Court, and no one had been arrested. Nothing had happened just yet, and the court came out and said, "Listen, they don't have to wait until something happens. There's an injury because there's a violation to the Constitution. So that in and of itself is a violation and is justiciable at that point." So I think the sheriff's 100% right, and so is his legal team.
You said something.
I didn't know Bethany had a law degree, but I guess maybe
she graduated, but hasn't. By the way, to your point, he's actually right. She graduated, but has not been given. The tests you have to take, the physical test and the mental. Right.
Yeah.
Right. She has not been approved yet.
I don't know. Maybe she has, but
she has not.
I'm not sure what her legal experience is, but mine is that's not correct.
All right. So you said something profound. There's concern that this could become a test case. If he loses, every sheriff loses, right?
Sure. His test is Allegheny County has this charter that was narrowly approved years ago by the voters, and they got rid of the 3-commissioner system, and they came up with a county executive. And these county charters are sneaky. They have a lot of stuff. They give them the ability to do stuff. Like recently, I think I was I don't know if I was talking to you, Marty, but somebody about the sick leave policies and parental leave and those things come about in Allegheny County because they got the authority to do this kind of stuff under this county charter. So most of the counties around Pittsburgh do not have county charters, and they're limited as to what they can do because they have to operate under the law as the legislature sets it. This is a case where we have this county charter, but this is something that affects every sheriff's office across Pennsylvania, and for that reason, Allegheny County Council does not have the unique authority to fool around with this. They can't do something in Allegheny County that's different than is applicable in the other counties in Pennsylvania. I will say there is one other county where there is a term limit in place in Delaware County, but no one ever challenged it down there. So the Delaware County term limit provision, and they have a charter too, will certainly be affected by the outcome of this case as well. So it'll have statewide implications. And again, the sheriff's 100% right on this. He's a great guy and he's a good sheriff. So,
Krause says this is about him. Limiting him to 3 terms is illegal. It exceeds the authority. Could this be used as a test case for other elected officials, putting term limits on all of them, sir? Could it?
Yes. It's a little different. The part about the sheriff is completely different because there was a constitutional provision at one time that term limited sheriffs, and the voters in Pennsylvania amended the Constitution and got rid of that. And so sheriffs are different. There are some counties that have term limits on other officers. And those would be fights that they'd have to take up on other grounds. But this one is unique to sheriffs, Marty.
Kevin Krause standing his ground. Tom King, the best there is in America, always in the middle of something important. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you very much, Marty.
Again, full disclosure, I am biased. I have known Krause more than 30 years. I know his work ethic. I know his performance. I know the respect and admiration he gains. He is not, I asked for comment because I have known him that long, and he said he is not commenting at this time. Tom King has worked on this case with the Sheriff's Association as well as Jack Goodrich. Goodrich is someone I also know, fantastic lawyer, fantastic, very aggressive, very assertive, very well known in this town. I asked him for a comment. He has not responded yet. He's probably in the middle of something, but as soon as we learn. Mike Manco, the press person for the sheriff, just sent out the filing. As you know, folks, we broke the story about an hour ago. All right? All right. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Heather, what's up?
Yeah, most of the residual delays on the Parkway West because of the earlier inbound accident have cleared. Now we've got some very typical standard delays just hanging on a little bit later than normal into the morning. Right now on the Parkway West inbound, you're slowing around the Parkway Center on-ramp. You're going to stay in that slow-moving traffic down to the Fort Pitt Tunnel. Outbound traffic on the Parkway West is up to speed between the Fort Pitt Tunnel and the airport. Heading inbound on the Parkway East, you're mostly up to speed, tapping your brakes as you approach the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. That's the inbound side. Outbound side, minor slowdown at the approach to the city side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel as well. No issues right now on the Parkway North. 28 is up to speed. A minor slowdown on 65 in both directions at the McKees Rocks Bridge. And 51, just tapping your brakes as you approach the Liberty Tubes interchange. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm with Joe Potachnik from JP Roofing and Siding, a platinum preferred contractor from Owens Corning. Joe, what does that mean?
It's an elite status. We earn that by using Owens Corning products to qualify for the platinum preferred warranty. That's a 50-year warranty on the materials and 25-year on the labor, 100%.
That's the upper 1% in America after 45 years, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you, Larry.
Call JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711.
I went to a fabulous graduation party, high school. The family had 2 bespoke, handmade, custom-made Oakmont cakes. Man, to the family's specs. Beautiful. Handmade cookies with the kid's name. Handmade everything, cupcakes, you name it. All of it made to the family's desire. This is what I love about Oakmont. They do it for you. It's amazing. Everything is delicious.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost, actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof, NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
Amazon Business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
UPMC doctors not only saved my life when I had cancer, they saved my voice. Dr. Sandra Stennett, who's a surgeon, who's a voice guru, literally saved my career. With therapies and different procedures and processes that has me talking right now. It's that caring and compassion at UPMC that sets them apart, man. It's an amazing place. UPMC makes a difference in lives every single day. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
I'm back to doing what I love and more, thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Never a dull moment. What would it be? We'll see what happens. Again, very biased. I've known Krause for more than 20 years. He has insane admiration and respect within his department. He has probably the best, Tom King, one of the best lawyers in America, Jack Goodrich, one of the best lawyers in this state. The initial response, the only response I got was from Bethany Hallam, who says it's illogical, you'll be tossed, and laughed about it. I'm just telling you the truth. I call them as they come in. We'll stay on top of it. Meantime, something that jumped out at me from the conversation we had with Anthony, who I've known just as long, who is family to me, quite frankly, who lives and works out in the Highland Park, East Liberty area and is insanely affected by the violence he sees. You heard him talking about teenagers committing crimes in the Whole Foods right in front of him. And we're pulling a clip that he just gave us that is unsettling and disturbing. And you heard the same thing from JK, Jim Killingsmith. And I heard the same thing from Max, quite frankly. Those are three men that are highly trained concealed carry guys.
You know, they do the same thing. They were doing it with the cars the last couple of months in the middle, but they're being called, they're being influenced.
Is that the clip, sir? Play it, please, brother. Thanks.
They're being influenced by what they get on their phones. You have influencers who are telling them to do it. That's where the term teen takeover came from. Teen, you know, they do the same thing. They were doing it with the cars the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Where in the middle of the night they're making donuts in the middle, but they're being called to arms. And you need to go after those folks too, who are pushing these children. But the parents play the larger part. How come you don't know where your 15-year-old is at 2:00 in the morning when they're being stabbed in Market Square?
And before I lose you, because you do have so much wisdom on this, Krause is suing Anamorado in the county, saying that these term limits are illegal for him, saying it was put in place prior to his election, and the term limit was not contemplated by the candidate or the voters themselves. What say you, sir?
And he may have an uphill battle because that's how we got the change in county government through referendum anyway. They went from the three county commissioners to the executive. They had the authority to do it through the home rule charter. So of course they want to oust him. They want to oust everybody. You know, he's not a progressive and they don't agree with.
The ordinance limits the sheriff of Allegheny County to no more than 3 terms. The ordinance is void and unenforceable as a matter of law because it violates limitations placed upon the row office of the sheriff of Allegheny County by the Pennsylvania Constitution. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. We'll see. I wish him luck. I want to, you know, honestly, I am for term limits, but I don't like the way they're doing this.
All right, before you go, round me out. If these teams come at you, sir,
Here we
in
go.
that same store,
Here we
what
go.
do you do?
Well, I'm licensed to carry, and I've been licensed to carry for close to 40 years. I'm going to take somebody out. I'm not going to allow you to harm me. And I'm not going to allow, if I'm in the vicinity, I'm not going to allow you to harm someone else. I'm just not going to. My conscience would not allow me to. And Marty, they come in waves at you.
Yeah.
It's not one-on-one. It's 5 or 6. So I have money for an attorney if I have to, but I'm not going to allow you to beat me to death. It's not going to happen.
My brother, this is where we're at. Max, who's one of my close friends, sent me a text last night because he works downtown, and he was confronted by a group. And he sent me a text last night that I wanted to read. He said, and it's very unsettling. I called 911 twice in the last 15 minutes. I was accosted by addicts. He said, it's the closest I've come. I probably came the closest I've ever thought I would of having to shoot somebody today. Jim Klingensmith, same thing. Trained lawman. It's dangerous as hell. Go ahead, Patricia. Thanks for your patience.
Yeah, patience is the word. Anyway, war in Iraq, we have a war in our streets. I was going to call you first before about the education thing, but I'm going to talk about this craziness with these teenagers. I'm an Air Force. I ride the bus everywhere I go. There's 4 shopping areas in East Liberty that I go to. With a shopping cart, like all the other ways to get on the bus. 4 different areas that I could have been at when these idiots harm people. Now, what am I supposed to do as a tax-paying, law-abiding citizen when I go out that door to do my grocery shopping? I'm very, very, very upset. What am I supposed to do?
I would be too. I'd be scared if you were my mom or my wife or my sister.
Well, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I'm so doggone mad I can't even think straight. I have to be worried about going out the door from these jackass kids. You know what? Excuse my language.
You deserve to be.
I'm fuming.
You deserve to be mad, sweetheart.
I'm fuming. So anyway, I'm done with that. I'm back to the school kids. Okay, when I was a kid, we were poor. We lived in the first housing project, Amherst, John F. Kennedy Apartments. We didn't have a phone. We didn't get Christmas gifts. We didn't go on vacations. But the one thing we did was we ate well because my father had a garden. Now, how in the world, if you spend $1 million on a kid, it's not going to help. If you can't sit there at school in the morning and have nutrients in your body to think and act, how are you going to doggone learn?
They say what you're saying is relevant as hell. Yeah.
And the parents, too. These parents are out all night. Who knows what they're doing? We are in a terrible situation with these kids. I say lock them up somewhere and throw away the key. But, oh, my God, we don't have a place to lock them up in. I'm so mad. I'm fuming. I'm fuming.
Amazing. And I agree with everything she said. We do not have a place to lock them up. We have 11 beds in Schumann. They're supposed to have 70 to 100. The contractor quit. Sarah Namorado wanted skylights and soft colors. She wanted the kids to have access to the control area with the guards. And here we sit. And they're $25 to $30 million in, and they have a place with 11 beds, sometimes 12. But that's just part of the problem. And I don't know what to tell her about. What does she do when she goes out? Shopping. I just don't. If they nearly beat a man to death yesterday, which they did, he stopped breathing, in the middle of the street in East Liberty, in front of the Whole Foods, then I don't know what to tell her. I can't tell you what I would do. I just can't.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Pony for my friends at Comer and Cross. Does your garage floor have cracked and stained concrete? Mine did. Maybe your garage floor had a bad epoxy or paint job. A new Comer and Cross garage floor is going to transform your whole garage, and all it's going to take is one day. I love mine, and you'll love yours. If you call them right now, and you should do it, don't waste another second. They'll take 50% off your installation. So here's that number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer and Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And just like they did for me, they will make it so easy for you. Stuff in your garage, they'll take it out. Cracks and pits, they'll fix them perfectly. Look just like new. And they're going to put their proprietary Comer and Cross finish on it. So I want you to call them now and get that 50% off installation. The number is 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com. It's Comer and Cross Premium Concrete Coating.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 70 degrees at 11:30. I'm David Ballarado. Allegheny County Sheriff Kevin Krause going to court to fight efforts to impose term limits on himself and other county officials. He's filed a complaint in Common Pleas Court over an effort to put term limits on the ballot this fall as a referendum question through a change to Allegheny County's Home Rule Charter. Krause's complaint says the state constitution deliberately removed term limits for the sheriff back in 1945. The lawsuit argues the county is overstepping its home rule powers. Attorney Tom King spoke to KDKA's Marty Griffin.
There's no way that the Allegheny County Council has the authority to term limit the sheriff of Allegheny County, and we're concerned, of course, that someone else would pick up on this and have the same attempt in another county in Pennsylvania. I'm the general counsel for the Pennsylvania Sheriff's Association, representing all the sheriffs.
The referendum question would also cap the county executive, council members, the DA, treasurer, and controller to a maximum of 3 terms. A 16-year-old is now facing charges in connection with the brutal attack of a man in broad daylight Thursday in East Liberty. The teen is charged with aggravated assault in the incident that happened near Whole Foods around South St. Clair and Eva Streets. It happened around 5 p.m. This woman who was nearby spoke to KDKA TV.
Whether they're 16, 17, 18, you should know where your kids are at all times or what they're doing, because this is happening way too often.
The so-called party mom of Los Gatos, California, has been sentenced to more than 35 years behind bars for parties that mixed alcohol and sex for her teenage son and his friends. Shannon O'Connor got the maximum sentence after being convicted of buying the alcohol for the parties, encouraging sex acts during them, and providing condoms. Parents like this woman named Patty described O'Connor as a predator.
You don't know what a pedophile looks like. It could be a mom.
On Wall Street at this hour, stocks remain higher. The Dow is 367 points to the plus side. The Nasdaq is up 81, and the S&P 500 currently higher by 24. KDK Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I pushed through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Heather, what's up?
Yeah, taking a look at the PennDOT traffic cameras, we're seeing that volume has jumped on the Parkway East in both directions. On the inbound side, traffic is lining up at Edgewood Swissvale as you make your way to the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. On the outbound side of the Parkway East, delays begin just past the bend at the approach to the city side of the tunnel. Parkway West inbound stacking up just over the top of Green Tree Hill. The outbound side is up to speed. No issues right now on the Parkway North or 28. 65 is clear. 51, stop and go between 88 and the Liberty Tubes. With AAA traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Beautiful weather this afternoon. We'll have sunshine at a high of 78. A few clouds and a breeze with a low of 52 tonight, then mostly sunny and breezy, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
when Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
Go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Wow, busy day. All right, so we broke a story yesterday involving a bus accident. It was actually kind of a bad one. I'm told that the driver was hospitalized. I'm told that all the kids were examined and that no one was seriously hurt, which is a blessing. A rather dramatic crash. The video is compelling and kind of scary, into a tree in Highland Park. Raising many concerns on our social media about bus drivers and bus safety and kids and background checks and training and all sorts of things. But let me make sure I tell you this. In no way, shape, or form am I suggesting, inferring, or implying this driver did anything wrong. In fact, to the contrary, I was told he had a medical issue. I was told related to diabetes, and I hope the hell he's okay. It's a very difficult job, and there's a dearth of them for various reasons. Folks don't want to drive the bus. They can't pass the background. They don't get the training. Many, many districts are hurting in terms of bus drivers. My brother Bob has significant background in this area regarding training, testing of drivers. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Morning, Marty, and to all your listeners.
Should folks be concerned by what you found and what you've learned over the years about bus drivers and what you know, sir?
Well, absolutely. And it's becoming more of a problem. Just some real quick stats. There are 43,000 CDL school bus drivers positions in Pennsylvania.
Whoa.
There's last year.
Whoa.
4,000 of them. 4,000 remained open. They couldn't fill them. So there's a great shortage of school bus drivers.
Whoa.
On top of that, when you start looking at that dynamic of school bus drivers, a lot of them are retired folks.
Yep.
And a matter of fact, that comes out to a figure somewhere around, I believe it's 37%, looking back at our statistics, that are over the age of 65 driving the school buses. Of those 37, you understand, people have to get a CDL, and they have to have a 2-year medical. Every 2 years, you have to get a medical examination. For drivers that have medical issues, whether it be diabetes, heart conditions, hearing, et cetera, they must get a waiver on top of that. So they can't get the card right away. They have to get extra sleep apnea, whatever, to get tested, and then they get the waivers. Shockingly, 26% of all the bus drivers have a need for those waivers.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you. Which kind of underlines my point that this guy yesterday had a medical issue related to diabetes, underlying what you're saying, sir.
And that's not his fault, nor is it, but it's just a fact. That's one of the things that's a real problem. And there's been quite a few school bus accidents in this last year. They're being pushed harder to drive. It's the worst job in the world. I quit working for the bus company and went back to fighting drunks and crazy people in hospital rather than deal with school buses anymore.
Wow.
But it's a
Hold on. Tell me
job.
why, brother. Tell me why.
You have the kids. You have the school district. You got the parents, the drivers, and you got the crazy people driving around them and everything else. God bless them. That is the toughest job, if not, it's not the toughest job. It's top 2.
With 4,000 openings, they're kind of bending and stretching the rules with some of these drivers, are they not, sir? And
that's the really scary part because, as you saw, we got information, again, from our granny cams going into these nursing homes where an employee came forth and said that their drivers, they had 5 drivers who driving the old people do their nice, outings and things like that,
sir.
That all had waivers. Wow. And he found out 3 of them failed by their regular. And, like Concentra, nationwide company that does CDLs, 43,000 people, in Pennsylvania. They fail them, and they were found out that they needed these waivers, which can take up to a month to get, because sleep apnea study, whatever. What he found out, and he reported, and this is about 6 months ago, we're still investigating. They are. We're not. We reported.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were going to outside of it. These all took place in Allegheny County, and they're going to a doctor in Beaver County who's a chiropractor who advertises 1-day CDL.
Oh, no.
I don't know how he could do that.
Oh, no.
And I actually drove by the place. It looks like the Clampett's old house in Tennessee.
Oh, no.
But he's issuing 2-year cards to these people without waivers. And they're driving school buses.
Wow.
They're not only driving school buses, they're driving hazmat trucks. Wow. They're driving every kind of big vehicle on the road you can imagine. And people don't notice, the school bus behind you, that weighs 40,000 pounds. That's 7 cars stopping behind you.
Wow.
And like I said, the investigations, like everything, we turned it over the information we had, because, again, we don't know. We suspect it, but they have to investigate it. But this investigation is into 6 months.
And my man,
one provider.
Let's be blunt. The consumer, whether it's the parent, the kid, the senior, we don't know squat when we get on that bus. We assume or presume everything's okay. Yes? Of course.
Just exactly like we had in the nursing homes with the Megan's Law. How would you know? Nobody tells anybody.
That's true. This can't be fixed, can it?
It's monumental. And the resources, there is one state trooper per county that investigates these issues with school bus drivers. One per county.
And there are 4,000 job openings.
4,000 job openings, correct. And like I said, 26% of the people need waivers to do that job.
Bob Garvin, my brother, thanks, my man.
Take care, Marty, and thank you to your listeners.
Love my man. He's amazing. But that's daunting. That's just scary stuff. Wow. Man. Calling the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Heather, what's up?
Yeah, so we're seeing an increase in volume on a couple of roadways, in particular the Parkway East. We're seeing, sometimes we see this sort of lunchtime jump, and that's what we're observing right now on the roadways. Delays on the Parkway East inbound start before Edgewood Swissvale as you head into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. On the outbound side of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel, we're seeing some slowdown just past the bend, and you're going to stay in that sluggish traffic into the Squirrel Hill Tunnel on the city side. Parkway West is another slow spot. That's where we're seeing traffic line up just over the top of Green Tree Hill on the inbound side. You're going to stay in some pretty slow-moving traffic down into the Fort Pitt Tunnel. On the outbound side of the Parkway West, traffic is clear from the tunnel to the airport. No issues right now on the Parkway North or 28. We'll have about a one-light delay in both directions on 65 at the McKees Rocks Bridge, and 51 is mostly up to speed. Just some stop-and-go traffic as you approach the Liberty Tubes. With AAA Traffic, I'm Heather Zambito on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
You've spent decades building your savings and planning for your future. Now the focus shifts from accumulation to protection, from growth to sustainable income you can depend on. I'm Brian Quaranta, and at Secure Money Advisors, we help retirees build structured retirement plans designed to help protect what they've worked so hard to build and preserve. To learn more, claim your copy of my book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills that never match what you thought you were paying? Cut the nonsense.
Right now at redpocket.com, new and existing customers adding a line can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. That's only $60 a year.
And here's the kicker. Red Pocket Mobile gives you access to all 3 5G networks. You pick the one that works best where you live or work, or switch anytime for better coverage. And with Red Pocket, you keep your phone and your number. Why in the world would you not switch? Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Celebrate Memorial Day with big savings from Red Pocket Mobile. Right now, new and existing customers can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. Just $60 a year, and choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price at redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life, your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Hose. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethose.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic. The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not one, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
Man, I'll tell you what. This is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost. Actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof. NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Galinder Cocktail Brewery announced it will close its taproom doors in June. The business first opened at 6614 Hamilton Avenue in 2021 and offered a variety of craft cocktails and spirits. After nearly 5 years in the East End, Goodlander announced on social media that the taproom's last day will be Saturday, June 6th. Also, fast-growing AI safety startup Gray Swan AI announced it had raised a $40 million Series A. Gray Swan was launched in 2024 by a team of Carnegie Mellon University researchers, including CEO Matt Fredrickson and Chief Scientist and OpenAI board member Zico Coulter. The startup, which is headquartered in office space in Shadyside, had previously disclosed investments of at least $5 million and development tools for AI companies to assess the risks of their systems before deployment. The $40 million Series A was co-led by Palo Alto-based Wing Venture Capital and Seattle-based Madrona Venture Group, and saw participation from Obvious Ventures, Snowflake Ventures, Hudson River Trading, Samsung Next, and local firm and returning investor Magarac Venture Partners. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I've seen this in professions all over the country. When you have a dearth of a certain person, nursing, teaching, police work, truck drivers, when you have tens of thousands of openings, school bus drivers, what happens is you get desperate. And sometimes when you get desperate, as is the case with school bus drivers, there's more than 4,000 openings just in Pennsylvania, you hire folks that are kind of sketch. And when you hire folks that are kind of sketch, they make mistakes. And that concerns me. Vincent.
Yes.
What's up?
Hey, Marty, listen, on that guy was talking about the bus drivers and CDL. I think he missed one important point on it. Yeah. Every CDL driver, from bus drivers all the way up to the big tankers, whatever, has to pass a CDL physical every 2 years. Mandatory. All right? And if you have a problem, and I was one with a problem, high blood pressure, it was controlled, I had to get tested every year.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now, my first cousin worked for this big bus company. Don't want to mention no names.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay. And he even said, it's a tough job. You can't make a living of it. He said, you need somebody to work a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the afternoon. Job fit him perfect because what he did on the side. He said that they had quite a few numbers of people that every 3 months the doctor came to the bus garage to recertify them. They could not get a 1 year certification. They were getting it every 3 months.
Well, hold on. So they're so worried about their health.
No, that's the law. They could certify them for 3 months at a clip.
Wow.
And that's what they were doing. So, I'm not putting anybody down. But
No.
You know, if you got to get certified every 3 months, you're a time bomb. It's just,
That's actually that's a wonderful point, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
That driver was right. You don't understand the pressure on those drivers on those buses.
Oh, it's a horrible job.
You know,
horrible.
The kids, the traffic they got to contend with. And I got a couple of things to talk to you about, Marty, another day, okay?
Wow. That's an amazing
The
phone
Human
call.
Center is the one big one. I
But
got
my
a lot of
man, my man, you saying that, though, underlines the problem. If they got to check you out every 3 months, I'm worried about you driving that vehicle.
Oh, I am too.
Right?
But hey, that's like the contractor bid, his bus services for that district.
Right.
He has to supply people. Like I said, you can't make a living off of that job. Not working.
No way.
4 to 5 hours.
No
a day.
way.
Can't happen. They cannot afford to pay you that because the school districts won't pay them enough to pay those guys. So I mean, it's a catch-22. There's nothing you can do about it.
And my man, with 4,000 openings, they're desperate. Desperate.
Oh.
Man. Thanks, brother.
It's bad. And then they're not telling you about these small minivans that run around with less than 9 kids in them that do not require a CDL license to take these kids to, the special education places, stuff like that. This is just somebody who's got a PA license that can pass a drug test and a background check. That's it. They're gone. They put them behind the wheel, and they're running kids up and down the road all the time. Hey, Marty, have a good day. Like I said, I'll call you about Seaman one day. I get some time.
Thanks, brother. Wow. I love that man. I love that man. I love folks that bring the truth and bring the background and the history with it. And Vincent, I got to grab Dan. Dan has been on hold since Christmas, and I owe him. Dan?
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
Thanks
Great
for your
show
patience.
today.
Thanks for your patience. Go, brother.
You're welcome.
Go.
Yeah, I was listening about all these teenager problems, raising hell and that.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happened to parental responsibility? I've been out of school probably as long as you, 50 years, maybe longer.
Yeah.
But, didn't have others back then. Then, that seemed to be involved, kids raising kids. Now you got another generation of it. Now we're paying the chickens have come home to roost with that problem.
Yeah. No, it's horrible.
It's sad.
No, it's sad.
It's not a political problem, but it's something that, parents have to step up.
Yeah, but not to be a jerk, but what if there isn't a parent to step up? And that's a major issue, sir.
That's the problem. We've had too many kids with no parent.
I know, but I don't know what to do with that ticking bomb in our hands.
Well, I don't have the answer to
I
that.
don't either. No one does. And I love you, and I love what you're saying, and yeah. But no one knows. No one. These are millions of kids. This isn't a couple thousand. Millions. Millions. Thousands and thousands right here. I mean, the number is 75 to 80% of the kids in PPS, Pittsburgh Public School, come from single-parent households. It's just... And those moms, man, they're tough. But they're on their own a lot, man. And that's rough. That's some heavy lifting. And most of them are magnificent women with 1,900 jobs. But none of it's easy. I don't have a solution, and no one does. Obviously, it's dramatically bad.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
Dreaming of your next getaway? AAA Travel makes it easy with a wide variety of vacation options, from exciting cruises and guided tours to relaxing, all-inclusive resorts. Want to skip the airport? Ask about their no-fly cruises. Just hop on a comfortable motor coach from the Pittsburgh area to nearby ports like New York or New Jersey. Then set sail stress-free. No flying, no driving, just vacation. Visit your local AAA office or call 1-800-354-8761 to start planning today.
The mission of the Allegheny Institute for Public Policy is to defend the interests of taxpayers, citizens, and businesses against an increasingly burdensome and intrusive government. Our nonprofit research and education organization formulates and advocates public policies that roll back the size and scope of local government and make it more accountable. Join the cause by making a tax-deductible donation at AlleghenyInstitute.org, where conventional public policy wisdom has been challenged since 1995.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. We're proud to offer high-quality, rechargeable hearing aids starting at just $98. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and hear the difference today by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Would you file taxes without an expert? So why choose health insurance on your own? The experts at One Health Benefits can be your personal advocate at no cost to you. One Health Benefits' Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman are licensed insurance agents who understand the possible loss of ACA subsidies, Medicare updates, and insurance premiums. One Health Benefits works for you. Don't make a costly mistake. Get One Health Benefits and clarity in your corner. Call 724-799-8873 or go to onehealthbenefits.com.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 73 degrees at 12 o'clock. I'm David Colorado. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. TrustPJ.com. Pittsburgh Regional Transit Board has approved a budget for its new fiscal year. There are no fare hikes or service cuts in the nearly $596 million operating budget. However, it does mean PRT will be tapping into its reserves for nearly $15.5 million and will move about $45 million over from its capital budget. PRT says its long-term financial outlook remains uncertain without a long-term funding solution, adding its reserve fund is currently on pace to run out in fiscal year 2029. Allegheny County Sheriff Kevin Krause today filing a lawsuit against the Allegheny County Council and Chief Executive Sarah Innamorato in an attempt to block their efforts to impose term limits on himself and other county officials. Council plans to put the issue on the ballot this fall as a referendum question through a change to the Home Rule Charter. Attorney Tom King tells Marty Griffin on KDKA that Sheriff Krause and his legal team are 100% right here, that Council is overstepping its authority.
This is something that affects every sheriff's office across Pennsylvania, and for that reason, Allegheny County Council does not have the unique authority to fool around with this. They can't do something in Allegheny County that's different than is applicable in the other counties in Pennsylvania.
King predicts the outcome of the case will have statewide implications. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Magani reports President Trump's new anti-weaponization fund has hit a legal roadblock.
President Trump's anti-weaponization fund has hit a legal roadblock. A federal judge is temporarily stopping the administration from paying any claims through the nearly $1.8 billion fund set up for Trump allies who believe they were government weaponization victims. The judge is also banning the fund's actual creation as a suit challenging it plays out. There's been fierce backlash since the Justice Department announced the fund last week.
Anybody in this country is eligible to apply.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche did not rule out letting Capitol rioters seek compensation. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Former Attorney General Pam Bondi back on Capitol Hill today to testify behind closed doors to the House Oversight Committee on her role in uncovering the Jeffrey Epstein files during her tenure as Attorney General. Bondi has faced intense criticism from many survivors of Epstein for her handling of the files, and many of them appeared outside of the hearing this morning, ready to hear what she had to say. Marina Cerda, a survivor, spoke with ABC News as to what she hopes will happen with Bondi during the proceedings.
We just hope that she's here to, make some sense out of everything, because the last time we were here, there was a lot of lashing, there was a lot of dehumanizing the survivors. So we hope that she finds it in her heart to speak the truth today.
Memorial Day marked the unofficial start of summer, and with the school year nearing completion, AAA is reminding Pennsylvanians about the 100 Days of Safe Driving. The campaign, which runs from Memorial Day to Labor Day, aims to reduce crashes during what AAA's Jim Garrity calls a high-risk period, especially for teens.
If you think about it, there's more people, or there's more teens out driving, school's out, they're out with friends, they're enjoying the weather, and there's more people in general on the road. especially when it comes to road trips and things like that.
On Wall Street at this hour, the Dow remains higher. It's up 378 points. The Nasdaq is also having a very good day, up 72, and the S&P 500 is up 22. KDKA Sports, the Pirates will start a weekend series with the Minnesota Twins tonight. Jared Jones will make his first start for the Bucks since September 2024. KDK Radio News Time 12:03. Time to visit RomeMonuments.com. Life is a journey to remember. Memorialize that journey. RomeMonuments.com. It's currently 73 degrees in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.
You've put in the work to get that first job, moved up the ranks, or started a family. Now it's time to take your success to the next level. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we're here to help you keep that momentum going with educational programs built around real-world, in-demand career skills. We'll teach you how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science, plus timeless skills like leadership, communication, critical thinking, and more. Affordable, accredited, and online. A UMGC education fits your life so you can keep growing while you keep going. You've succeeded before. Now succeed again. At UMGC, we believe nothing should stand in the way of your next achievement. Not doubt, not your life stage, and especially not an application fee. Just apply by June 1st and we'll waive your application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Beautiful weather this afternoon. We'll have sunshine and a high of 78. A few clouds and a breeze with a low of 52 tonight, then mostly sunny and breezy, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
UPMC makes a difference in lives every single day. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
Join Beth Andrews for the Net Worth Financial Hour Saturdays at 1 to get the news and information you need to make your retirement dream a reality. That's the Net Worth Financial Hour with Beth Andrews, Saturdays at 1. Net Worth Advisors, LLC is a registered investment advisor.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All my kids are athletes. Played a bunch of sports. Field hockey, track, swimming, ballet, all that. And at one point or another, all of them have been injured. My kids all have friends that have had a series of concussions. My daughter has friends that are amazing pre-Olympic soccer players that are, one of them had 5 concussions before she turned 16. For those who think this is just boys, just football, you're wrong. Women in soccer, women in basketball, quite frankly, lacrosse. I can't tell whether it's the aggressive testing, which I am a huge fan of, or the increase in contact sports and participation, but there's been an explosion in the number of concussions reported among teens just in our little circle in Lebo, and out of that circle in Upper St. Clair. UPMC is saying, let us test your team. I cannot advocate enough for this. To get your kid tested, to get a baseline, to make sure that they're okay and protected. I love this program. I love what they're doing, and I reached out to them and begged them to come on today. And as a result, we have Dr. Alicia Tribovich. Doctor, good afternoon. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doc, this is important stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You really kicked it off to a good start there with your little blurb there.
What is it? Oh, little blurb is it, Doc?
Yeah. Well,
I love
perfect.
you. Hey, big blurb. This is a big problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Right?
I mean, it's a problem, but it's a manageable problem. The most important thing is being aware and reporting and getting the right treatment.
See, I love this. And I love, UPMC, by the way, is renowned around the world, has treated world-class athletes and got them back on track, quite frankly. Tell us your plan with teens and what you're offering. I love this, Doctor.
Yeah, so we have a Heads Up Pittsburgh concussion baseline testing partnership. It's between UPMC Sports Medicine and the Pittsburgh Penguins Foundation.
Nice.
And every summer they offer discounted and free concussion baseline testing for ages basically 5 and up.
Wow.
And this program's been going on since 2010.
Wow. Doc, 5 and up. Wow. Why so young?
Well, we now have we used to not have testing for that young, but now we have a iPad test that's about 15 minutes that is for 5 to 9-year-olds, and then we switched to a computer test for 10 and up.
I have at least a half a dozen friends that I played football with who were all in our 60s, who are struggling right now with early stage dementia, a CTE. I have a close friend who boxed for a dozen years, who is really concerned about his future because he has early stage dementia. All of it from blows to the head, because when we came up, no one knew, did they, Doctor? Now we know, and we got to prepare, don't we?
Yeah, well, the difference also is that now it's apples and oranges. Before, no one was pulling people out of play. No one was being managed and treated. You know, the 70s, 80s, even the 90s.
True.
And so now when we manage the concussions, we don't see the residual issues. So the important thing is getting in and getting treated and making sure that you're not returning to play too soon. And that's definitely a decision that should be made by a concussion provider, not by yourself. Like, oh, I feel okay, because kids might feel more or less okay, but that doesn't mean they're fully recovered. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that think they have a lot of issues from concussions, and some of that, you know, is true, but we have changed the way we've done things, and, you know, there's a lot of things we can do now, and it's not just, oh, you're screwed if you had concussions.
I agree.
It's not really like that.
But guys like me have watched people die, quite frankly. I watched John Burnett die, weatherman here, from concussions.
Yeah.
CT, and afterward, you know, they determine this after they're dead. But all right, tell our listeners, what is a concussion baseline test, Doctor?
Yeah, so concussion baseline test, the one we use is called IMPACT, which is the most popular. It's used by most major organizations, such as like the NFL. And it is about a 25-minute test that looks at attention, memory, processing speed, reaction time. It's a computerized test, and, you know, the individual just has to show up with their, you know, with a focus and concentration, no distraction, and in a quiet room, and we give it to them, and it takes about 25 minutes, and then we get a set of scores that reflects their personal performance. So everybody has cognitive strengths and weaknesses, like your memory might be better than your reaction time. So the individual baseline helps us know exactly what you looked like with your brain function before a concussion. So if you were to have a concussion, we could give you a post-injury test that's very similar and comparable, and then we could figure out if there was any changes in the testing to help us with both diagnosis, but also helping with the management return to play process.
Dr. Alicia Trubovich, neuropsychologist, UPMC. Hey, doctor, tell all the grumpy old know-it-all old men out there, this isn't just guys that get hurt. This is girls at a high level, and they need to be tested. Tell them how important that is.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah, actually, even though men account for number more concussions because they're doing more high-risk things, if you match sports, so if you look at men's soccer, women's soccer, women actually have more concussions, or women in men's lacrosse or basketball, any of those sports that are actually comparable, women are getting more concussions.
Why? Hold on. Why? Sorry to interrupt, doctor. Why?
Oh, that's okay. Well, there's a lot of theories. It's not really well understood, but a lot of hormonal implications. There's a lot of new, emerging research looking at how different parts of the cycle might predispose a woman to different outcome, or or a bad time to get a concussion, so to speak. Women have less neck strength, which could be a factor. And there's also differences in just brain structure. So, the way that the brain is typically looks could be a little different, like the corpus callosum or whatever, could be a little thinner or different in a woman. So there's a lot of different reasons, and they might all make a difference. But we're kind of on the forefront of figuring that all out right now with research.
Hey, doctor, tell folks how to get set up and get going, please.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want to get a baseline test, you can go to, basically Google concussion baseline Heads Up Pittsburgh, and it'll pop right up as one of the first links. And if you click on that link, it'll say, there'll be a link within that'll say register for the Heads Up Concussion Baseline Testing Program. And there's many locations that this can be done, ranging from the South Side to Cranberry, some places in the South Hills like Bethel Park, Bridgeville, actually Washington, PA, Washington Wellness now, so way down south. And Erie, if you're way up north, as well as east of the city, Penn Trafford, and so on and so forth. So lots of locations around the city.
Doctor, thank you. You're doing a hell of a job. It means a hell of a lot to a lot of people. You don't have to quit all these sports, do you, Doc?
No. We are in the business of getting people back out on the field, of course, safely and reasonably. But no, that's not the goal these days.
Heads up, Doctor. Thank you. It's wonderful stuff. Very, very, very important. Thank you.
Absolutely, no problem.
Love it. Get it done, folks. Don't hide from this.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Mommy, can I sit in the front seat just this one time? Please, please, please.
No, not yet.
But why?
Because I love you, and you're just not ready yet. Now, get in the back so I can get you in your car seat, please.
Putting your kids in the right seat for their age and size is an act of love. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Love protects. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, I'm Sam. And I'm Calvin. When we started Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks, it wasn't a big crew or a fancy shop. Just Calvin and me in our grandma's garage.
We'd load up our tools every morning, build decks all day, then unpack right there in her driveway.
That little garage laid the foundation for what Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks is all about. Working hard, staying honest, and treating people like family.
We've grown a lot since then, but those family values still guide every job we do. Call the Cousins.
Cousins Roofing, Siding, and Decks. Call the Cousins.
Hockey is a passion for fans of the sport, but also for the youth who fall in love with the game. With the ever-increasing cost of participating in hockey, many families face financial challenges. The Assisted Goals Foundation was founded to remove financial barriers and to create lasting growth in the sport for current and future players of all backgrounds and communities. Help the Assisted Goals Foundation make the game of hockey available and accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any time. You too can provide an assist. Donate today at assistedgoals.org.
UPMC makes a difference in lives every single day. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I have watched a man die from CTE. Sorry, I'm finishing up a snack. I apologize, but I do it in these breaks, and it is what it is. John Burnett played college football. Worked with my wife for 15 years every day. He was family to us. When he played football, you got concussions, they sent you back on the field. Same with myself. I wasn't a college football player. I was a bum. But I had concussions in a time when the helmets were lousy and the treatment was lousier. Same with John. And it killed him, quite frankly. Football. My cousin, and she's made this very public, so I'm not kind of speaking out of line here. Her husband played hockey all throughout high school, was insanely good, had 8 goals in a game, played college hockey. He is dying right now from CTE. Now it's kind of odd. Maybe that's not the right choice of words, but they don't determine this, and tell me if I'm wrong here, Patrick, till after the guy dies. They really can't determine this. They do this autopsy after, and that's what happened with Burnett. But for all intents and purposes, my cousin's husband, Neil, has been in cane for, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years?
Yeah, it keeps stacking up. But, yeah, they cannot determine until after you're dead because they have to physically examine your brain.
But his wife, who was one of our close friends, Patrick loves her. She loves him. We've done 1,000 things with her. It's all concussion-based stuff. I could go on and on and on. I have several friends that I played football with. They were good players. I was bad, so they ended up playing in college. They're now having issues. Football. I have a really good friend who I love, who is an insanely successful businessman, who was a boxer for 12 years. Same issue. Very, very scared about issues he's having right now with dementia. To the doc's point, the testing was either non-existent or ignorant. And UPMC is at the forefront of this stuff. My daughter, Chloe, has a good friend who is All-America soccer player, full ride, Division I scholarship. But here's my thing about that. She's 18, has had 6 concussions. You're supposed to, according to Chloe, they're supposed to quit after 5. Some quit after 4. I'm hoping that she takes care of herself. And we don't judge, and I certainly don't get involved. But sometimes parents, we get caught up in the buzz created by insane athletic prowess. And we kind of look past some of the injury issues. I hope that isn't the case with some of these parents who have kids who are elite athletes. I spoke to Rich Fitzgerald about this very issue a couple weeks ago, as some of our friends who we played football with are struggling with pre-dementia issues. And I said, and Fitz is amazing and sharp as a tack. No issues, none, 0. And he played college football at Carnegie Mellon at a high level. And I said to him, as I joked, I'm glad I was lousy. I blew out my knees, probably dislocated my knee 7 times, maybe 8, had surgeries and casts and all that crap. But as a result, I wasn't on the field 20% of the time that the other athletes were. And I look back and think, maybe it was a blessing. I don't want to make this about it's horrible. I want to make this about there's hope. UPMC has had world-class Formula One and NASCAR drivers here in Pittsburgh who had major concussion issues and came in here. They have insane technology, world-class data, and world-class doctors to treat this now. The only thing I would beg you to do if you're grandparents, because this is an older audience, 45 plus, or your parents, get your kid baseline tested. Don't blow it off. Don't do it. The other thing I would suggest is don't make this about sex. You heard the doc. In analogous sports, which actually surprised the hell out of me, that girls have concussions at a higher level. In soccer, what else did she say? Lacrosse?
Yep, soccer, lacrosse, field hockey.
Basketball?
Basketball as well.
She said there's 100 factors or there's no factors, but they have more concussions at a higher level than boys, which shocked me. For dads out there, if your son shows athletic prowess in football, good for you. God bless you. It's hard to walk away from that buzz. The only thing I would suggest, and I mean this, project and hope that the new helmets and the new testing protects them. I was adamant about not pushing my son into football. I love football. I love Central Catholic. Life-changing, man-building, leadership, teamwork, insane. They have an amazing program, and they protect the hell out of those kids. They have the best doctors on earth working with the young men at Central Catholic. And I love their coach. I am not disparaging this. All I'm saying is, Dad, Grandpa, brother-in-law, brother, if you have a kid that's prone to concussions, and some are, get him out now. Get him out now. I grabbed one of the jocks that I ended up knowing that played professional football. Played for the Raiders at a very high level, all pro. And I said, I went through a litany of men that we both know that play in the NFL that are struggling right now with CTE symptoms. And he said, yeah, I know. But he said, I'll do it all over again if I could. It's that kind of game. I don't judge, man. I don't cast aspersions. I get it. I was a bum. But when you're on that field, there's something about it. And there's something about it that's addictive. One of my boys, Ron Layton, 3 PhDs, College Football Hall of Fame, is so concerned about possible CTE. He shows no symptoms. He's had insane testing. He eats a bag of pills the size of a baggie every single day to protect himself from the possibility of having issues. Banged heads all through college at an extremely high level. Well, College Football Hall of Fame. Get yourself to one of these clinics, UPMC. It's free. Get this baseline. Protect your kids. All right? Please do it. I'm begging you. So many kids ignore this. That is not smart. You can't say I can't get to it. They're all over. You can't say I can't pay it. They're free. Do it. Do it today. I'm begging you.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Pittsburgh, get ready. Three Rivers Comic-Con is celebrating its 10th year in 2026, and it's bigger than ever. Meet comic creators, shop unique vendors, and dive into a full day of fandom fun for all ages. Whether you're into comics, art, cosplay, or collectibles, this is the event you don't want to miss. Join the celebration and be part of a decade of comics culture. Get your tickets for Three Rivers Comic-Con 2026 at threeriverscomiccon.com or at the door. Presented by New Dimension Comics.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Pocket Host. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at pockethost.com/terms.
Hi, I'm Richard Karn, and the world's #1 expandable hose has gone ballistic.
The brand new Pocket Hose Ballistic is here, and it's the hose I reach for every time. This brand new anti-burst sleeve uses an extraordinary new liquid crystal polymer used in bulletproof vests, tough enough to handle anything your outdoor tasks throw its way. And that's not all. The Pocket Hose Ballistic comes with even more upgrades like thicker washers that resist leaks and an enhanced UV coating so your hose looks brand new year after year. What could be better than that? How about not one, but 2 free gifts with your purchase? For a limited time, when you purchase a new Pocket Hose Ballistic, you'll get a free 360-degree rotating pocket pivot and a free thumb drive nozzle. Just text SUMMER to 64,000. That's SUMMER to 64,000 for your 2 free gifts with purchase. That's SUMMER to 64,000.
JK's done it again. I'm serious. My boy JK, the Oakmont Restaurant King, has done it again. Folks are texting me, man, did you see this restaurant? Whoa. Did you check out Abode? Whoa. Marty, it's beautiful. Marty, the food's fantastic. Marty, it's home-style cooking. Marty, it's fabulous. It's fresh. It's clean. It's amazingly different. JK did it again. Check out his new restaurant in Oakmont, Abode. It is rocking.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 71 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. No fare hikes, no service cuts, but Pittsburgh Regional Transit is warning about long-term funding issues as its board adopted its new fiscal year budget. The operating budget is just under $596 million, but about $45 million transferred from its capital budget and $15 million being drawn from its reserves. PRT says it continues to press for a long-term funding solution, saying it anticipates using the remainder of its operating reserves in fiscal year 2029. Transit funding questions were a major factor in Pennsylvania's budget talks last year and are likely to be an issue again this year. Pennsylvania's budget is due on June 30th. Pittsburgh's Pogo Bike Share program is a step closer to expanding into other parts of Allegheny County. News Radio KDK's David Bolorado has more.
This comes after a $1.5 million state grant to Allegheny Economic Development to create up to 17 new POGO stations. They'd be located in communities deemed the most in need of other ways of getting around that don't involve cars. Aaron Potts of POGO.
So while we have some communities that are definitely places that we will be talking to in this next round, we are several months away from being able to say, here is where we'd like them to go, because we really want that to be a community-driven process.
Potts says the program is designed more as an option to help people get from point A to a nearby point B, not so much for recreational riders. David Bolorado, News Radio, KDKA.
What's up with all the rats in Rostraver? Residents there claim they've seen hundreds of them along Adams Road off Route 51. Dr. Chad Gore, who's an expert in all things bugs and rodents, says that many rats in one location is pretty rare, but
given the right conditions, I mean, the populations can grow really quickly. And if you don't do anything about it, you don't mitigate the issue, then it goes basically unchecked and, really just starts to spread.
Rostraver officials say the rodents are coming from a property off Route 51, which is rife with unsanitary conditions. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 338 points, the NASDAQ up 107, the S&P 500 is up 26 points. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update is 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander and the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started. At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
High 78 this afternoon with plenty of sun, then clear to partly cloudy and a bit breezy with a low of 52 tonight. Breezy with sunshine, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
When you enter a place of business, you're owed a legal duty, that the place of business is safe for you to shop in. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you suffered an injury at a place of business, our duty is to protect you after that harm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
All right, I have to do this because I'm intrigued by a couple things. The conflict over the ticket sales of the World Cup. Ticket Nick is one of my boys. He's actually a good friend. He's probably the most connected ticket broker I've ever known, probably top 5 best in the country. And he called this. He saw this train coming because I'm always looking out for this insanity with ticket prices, whether it's a concert with Kanye West in Tampa, and my son's obsessed. I swear to God. And or whether it's World Cup tickets that I'm seeing for $2 million. And when I see that kind of number, I think, what the hell's going on? Now, big investigation. Because you start throwing numbers out like that, and folks want to know what the hell's going on. Ticket Nick. What the hell's going on with these World Cup tickets, brother? Insanity, and now an investigation.
The investigation is really pinpointed to the finals, and it's a global event, so it's going to be a massive ticket. But, you know, there's guys that are posting tickets that don't exist yet.
Oh.
I mean, I was just looking
Hold on, explain that. Explain that and how it happens. This is what people don't know.
I mean, like, I could post a ticket, and it can say to be determined or a certain category, because the way they're doing tickets is as categories. So category 1 would be your premium seats. Category 2 would be a tier behind that, and category 4 is like your get-in. So you could post that you have a category, and you could post it for whatever you want. But at the end of the day, it's what the ticket's actually selling for. Like I shared some of that data with you to show you what tickets are actually selling for. Yeah, they're big numbers, don't get me wrong, but it's not the 90,000 or 80,000
or 2 million.
1.5 million or 1.5 million that you see. So, I have always been cautious on this market because I think there's a lot of people that are what I would call buying and selling air. Stuff that
Hold on.
exist
Explain
yet.
what that is, too, please. This is actually profoundly important.
Air is what, basically taking an order. So you're posting something that you don't have, and you're shorting the market. Now,
so you're lying. You're lying and kind of stealing too.
Well, you're taking. Well, as long as it's a reputable broker and they fulfill it with what they said they're going to fulfill it with, it's. I look at it as it's a bad practice. There's certain events that it has to go on for, but I would tell you it's a bad practice. And I've been telling you this since. For months,
you have
that I saw this coming down the tracks.
Oh, hold on, and hold on. Tell the folks out there that might be large money that might be going to one of these events. Give them some advice in terms of buying one of these tickets, please.
I would buy tickets that that a marketplace would show you that are marked in hand and are an exact section and an exact row.
Oh,
and there's things that can happen even with the exact row. I mean, if you see like a lot of row, like 28s or 29s or like a high row, that's probably somebody that's probably, catching an order, or they're masking it.
Go ahead, Patrick.
Depending on how.
That's part of the problem that they're seeing. That's also part of this investigation. People bought their tickets in a certain section. Here's your seats, and then they're getting their tickets. And they're nowhere close to where they said they bought them.
Oh, God.
So that's happening, too, at some of the World Cup events or venues.
Go ahead, Nick. And that could even have happened if you bought them directly from FIFA. And I'll explain. So FIFA, what they do is they sell you a category, and then they place the ticket location later. So that could even have to do with FIFA directly and not with the secondary.
I see.
So I always tell people on something, especially that's in categories, and I let them take their risk and judge their risk. So basically I tell them, if I didn't really want to do it, I mean, Marty, we've had that conversation too.
Yeah.
And I told you, I wasn't going to go and handle it like I handle a Super Bowl or like I handle the Masters or anything of that sort.
But Nick, hold on. Because of all this crap, you're not involved at all in anything regarding the World Cup, are you?
I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not involved. I mean, I think we've sold a couple, but it's with our regular customers.
I see.
I would not be just buying and selling air because let's say I bought something I saw on a broker board, and the broker doesn't fill it, and I had it sold for, God forbid, 40,000. And I got to then replace it. I don't want to put myself in that kind of a jackpot. So I just, I want to manage my risk accordingly, and I want to deliver to my customers what we tell them that they're going to get. So it was a risk that I just didn't see worthwhile.
All right, Trevin, real quick, brother. I got to ask you about the Knicks. This is actually fascinating to me. Trevin, you're a big Knicks fan. Yeah?
I am a Knicks fan. I love the game of basketball. I'm more of a Sixers fan, but the Knicks, I have to give them their credit because they're just big time right now. And it's been 27 years. Go ahead.
Nick, tell him.
Yep.
This series, and Nick's sending me these notes this morning. I'm blown away. This has become a world event, and the prices are reflecting that, are they not, for tickets?
Oh, for the World Cup, it's absolutely a world.
No. I mean the Knicks, the NBA Finals.
For the Knicks. Oh yeah. It's I mean, you're getting all the big New York money. You're gonna have Santa. It's gonna be
kind of give Trevin some average ticket prices because I'm looking at them. It's sick. Average.
For their home game 1, which would be game 3 overall, if you're looking for something lower, really good sides, you're looking probably north of 36,000.
No,
did you say 36,000 for one ticket?
For like front row with
Nick
feet on the
hold on.
wood, you're looking higher than that. You're
How
looking
much?
probably
50,000? 80,000?
60 to 70,000
in the Garden.
Oh,
Nick, did you say 36,000 for one ticket?
You can post that ticket for that. That doesn't mean that's what it's selling for.
Got it.
I mean, like I could post whatever I want. I mean, I see somebody has a single listed here for 113,000. I mean, is somebody going by themselves and spending 113,000? I mean, even in New York, that's not happening.
But hold on. What will they pay to sit on the court for this series? What? Be honest.
I mean, I think you'll definitely see 50 to 60,000 being spent.
Trevin,
70, I don't see how.
Trevin, one ticket.
50 to 60,000 in the Garden on courtside. So we're talking courtside, 50 to 60,000.
I mean, you have to keep in mind, $10,000's a night out to some people in New York. I mean, it's not Pittsburgh, I mean, so some of the money that flows around in New York is just stupid.
Hey, I got to ask you this, because my wife always asks me this. Those movie stars, they don't care. They're paying regardless. They don't get those seats free, right? Money's money, right?
No, they're right. And it may not be them that's paying. It could be their agent.
Someone's paying.
And things of that. Yeah, someone's paying.
Ain't no freebies at the Garden for the finals.
No.
Hey, Nick.
But you know what? They're saying the New York Knicks is going to be up for sale. So, I mean, you get that checkbook ready, Marty. You may want to get a piece of that.
Hey, Nick. What's it take to walk in to a Knicks game in the finals? What's the average ticket?
Right now, about $3,000.
Trevor,
I could see $3,000 to walk in. I could see that. You're talking about the Garden. It's been 27 years. Knicks fans are fiending for that. So I can see that.
Richest city on earth, most billionaires in the world. Wow.
And the awesome point that you guys made.
I mean, they'll get it. I mean, they'll get it.
Hell yeah, they'll get it. Hell yeah.
And Nick made the point that that's the elite that are spending that 50, 60,000, and maybe not, and their agents are spending the money, not the average person.
Nick, you selling any of these?
I'm not taking any orders on it yet. I mean, I'm sure I'll have some. I'm sure I'll have some retail customers interested, but the price may scare them away as well.
Oh my gosh, you going, Nick?
No, you won't see me there.
I ask him every single time there's an event. My brother, you are the absolute best on earth, my man. Ticket Nick, the guru. He's Oz. Yoda, he's the man. Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Marty. Take care.
He's also a wonderful guy. Wonderful, wonderful young man. Trevin, 80,000.
No, sir.
Come on, man.
No, sir.
Come on, man.
Not even in my greatest day.
Come on. The only thing I said to my wife is, and Patrick knows this, more billionaires than any city on earth, and now these investment bankers are making 30, 40 million. This is nothing to them, Patrick. Nothing.
To them, no, but you're not going to see a cab driver putting up $3,000 to sit and watch the game.
But Patrick, tell them what the Knicks are doing to that point, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they did put aside 250 tickets. I think it was for each game.
They did, for kids.
For underprivileged kids.
Yeah. Which is cool, Trevin.
Hell yeah.
That's nice. That's New York. But look out. I mean, that's good stuff. I don't know, Marty. I mean,
that's large, brother.
That is big. And the great point that you guys made was, okay, and Nick made it. He said that that's posted. That doesn't mean that people are actually paying for it, or they're going to call you up and get something. Man, I don't know.
I would love that. You know what, though? You imagine the vibe in there, brother?
It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, like
ridiculous. Right? It will be an
electric,
event,
man.
That's going to be an event within itself. Regardless of who they play, whether it be the Spurs or the Thunder, it's going to be ridiculous.
And I am not a fan. I'm an idiot. But that Wembenyama. That brother is
Wemby.
That brother's gifted.
Keep it simple.
That young man. Whoo! That is beautiful to watch, man.
He is awesome.
Wow.
And if no one has been to the Garden, I've been to the Garden for Knicks games. That is one of those experiences that when you walk in, you might not even be a Knicks fan, but it's everybody just comes together. There's an energy that brings everybody together for the excitement of the game.
I've heard this.
And you might find yourself rooting for the Knicks just because of the energy.
No, I've heard this.
And people are high-fiving you and grabbing you and celebrating, don't even know you. And it's just an awesome experience.
I was there for a Harry Styles concert. Same thing?
No way, man. What? What are you talking about?
One old man and 20,000 teenage girls. Oh, I was so bored. But that's another day. The stuff we do for our kids. Wow, $80,000. Woo!
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice, the village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Medicare can be confusing with all the rules, costs, and deadlines. Are you making the right choice for your future? Join MediConnect's free live webinars from the comfort of your home. No pressure, just clear, helpful information. Learn about Medicare, Parts A and B, how to avoid penalties, and if Medicare Advantage or Supplement is right for you. Get peace of mind. Register for the webinar by calling 888-818-6334. MediConnectInsurance.com. MediConnect. Medicare made simple.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding. Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Selling your home shouldn't be stressful or take months to do. At Home Buyers of Pittsburgh, you skip the showings and repairs and get right to the closing table. For a quick, fair cash offer, visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057. That's 412-500-9057.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The latest poster child for runaway inflation, the humble tomato. Tomato prices up 40% in the past year, the biggest increase among all the products that are tracked in the Consumer Price Index for May. It's a result of weaker crop yields, higher shipping costs because of the war in Iran, and added costs from the Trump tariffs on tomatoes imported from Mexico. President Trump, meantime, says he's conducting meetings this hour to make a final determination on extending a 60-day ceasefire with Iran, something that could pave the way to end the conflict and reopen that Strait of Hormuz. Rising hopes for a deal has stocks higher and oil lower. The Dow up 0.75%, the Nasdaq and the S&P each up about 0.25% right now. Oil down to $87.50 a barrel. And teen clothing trends are hard to predict. Right now, shares of the once high-flying American Eagle Outfitters chain are down 13% after sales last quarter missed estimates, but it did maintain its full-year outlook. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I ain't no rich guy. I have a bunch of rich friends. They go to that crap. Not me, man. I have friends in Dallas that they'll fly in their private jet to those events. I don't live in that world. So be it. I don't miss it. I'll stay at home and have pizza with my son and wife and kids and have a better time. Not picking on them. To Trevin's point, these are all amazing life experiences. And it's wonderful. The only thing I argue about all this stuff, Trevin, and I mean this, and Patrick knows this because we talk about concerts all the time. What's happened, Trevin, and it's happened, what do you think, Patrick, last 10 years? Your average person is out of the market, my man, for an insane number of events. You know what I mean?
Of course. When you look at the economy right now and the way things are vibing, I mean, And that's why I always try to speak from the perspective. Well, I'm an average person, so I speak from my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, there's certain things you can't afford, and you just hope that the chance will come along where you can, experience those lifetime, experiences. Because some things are once in a lifetime, Marty. Like some things you might have to. I don't know about $3,000, but some things you have to come up off the wallet so that you can actually live.
Here's my thing about what you said. For the big events, you're right, but for most of the concerts that come through here, any kind of name, Patrick, $350.
Yeah, the prices have gone way up.
Trevin.
Last 5 years.
It's insane.
Again, look at the economy.
What's that mean? I don't know what you're saying.
When I'm saying that, I'm saying, okay, on jobs right now, you're making money to survive, but you're not making a lot of money. There was a battle just for to raise the minimum wage. As an average person, you're trying to live. Like life is a struggle.
But let me tell you what's odd, because he's right. I saw the line for just merchandise for Kanye's concert. It was like a mile.
Yeah.
And they sold it out. The merchandise. It was a mile long. So, Trevin, what's odd is people mortgage their behind. And I don't believe in that either, to get to these damn events. I just can't.
Oh, they'll max out a credit card to do it.
Yeah.
Well, now, when you guys talk about people and you say they, and we're generalizing.
Teenage kids.
Okay, because I was going to say, we're definitely not talking about our demographic. Or
No.
The people going to the shows.
Idiot teens.
Got you. Okay.
It's actually fascinating, and both you and Patrick knew this before I did. All my kids and all their friends are big time into hip-hop. So, because I'm an old white guy, I end up at a couple of these big concerts with my son. And I'm elbowing him, saying, the whole damn show is white teenage boys and girls.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Trevin. Their mommies and daddies have money, so they'll just lay out $500. I ain't doing it. I'm just not doing it.
Why does that surprise you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No. But it's the demographic. It's where it's bled to, brother. You're the one who called this.
Yes, but I wouldn't even be surprised when you talk about the demographic and the market, because hip-hop music, that genre, I mean, it's not just like black kids and Latino kids.
No, there's no way.
A lot of money was coming from the Caucasian community.
Obviously.
The young ones, because, everybody wanted to be hip.
Since the late 80s.
Yeah, most definitely.
Anyway, it's fascinating. But to make tickets $80,000, you got the richest men and women on earth, and that's it. I saw this at hockey games. The crowd isn't as crazy because the tickets are so expensive. Rich people don't get as crazy. But not at the Knicks games. They go berserk. Good for them. Just to get in the door, $3,000. Ain't happening. No way. But anyway, this is fascinating. The money people spend on entertainment that they don't have is... And I get weird about $95 hoodies. Come on, man. That happened when we were in New York to see Harry Styles, and I told my daughter, honey, you know what she did? She made her own. They cost $18. How about that? So you can get away with it, but you got to put some effort into it.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for mom.
Hey, it's Pony for my friends at Comer and Cross. Does your garage floor have cracked and stained concrete? Mine did. Maybe your garage floor had a bad epoxy or paint job. A new Comer & Cross garage floor is going to transform your whole garage, and all it's going to take is one day. I love mine, and you'll love yours. If you call them right now, and you should do it, don't waste another second. They'll take 50% off your installation. So here's that number, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. A Comer & Cross garage floor is the gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. And just like they did for me, they will make it so easy for you. Stuff in your garage, they'll take it out. Cracks and pits, they'll fix them perfectly. Look just like new. And they're going to put their proprietary Comer & Cross finish on it. So I want you to call them now and get that 50% off installation. The number is 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. 800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com. It's Comer & Cross Premium Concrete Coating.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 72 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. Home improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. Pittsburgh Regional Transit's board has approved the budgets for its new fiscal year. There are no fare hikes or service cuts in the nearly $596 million operating budget. However, it does mean PRT will be tapping into its reserves for nearly $15.5 million and moving about $45 million over from its capital budget. PRT says its long-term financial outlook remains uncertain without a long-term funding solution, adding its reserve fund is currently on pace to run out in the fiscal year 2029. Allegheny County Sheriff Kevin Krause today filed a civil lawsuit against the Allegheny County Council and Chief Executive Sarah Innamorato in an attempt to block their efforts to impose term limits on himself and other county officials. Council plans to put the issue on the ballot this fall as a referendum question through a change to its home rule charter. Attorney Tom King tells Marty Griffin on KDKA that Sheriff Krause with his legal team are 100% correct. Council is overstepping its authority.
This is something that affects every sheriff's office across Pennsylvania, and for that reason, Allegheny County Council does not have the unique authority to fool around with this. They can't do something in Allegheny County that's different than is applicable in the other counties in Pennsylvania.
King predicts the outcome of this case will have statewide implications. AP Washington correspondent Sagar Magani reports President Trump's new anti-weaponization fund has hit a legal roadblock.
President Trump's anti-weaponization fund has hit a legal roadblock. A federal judge is temporarily stopping the administration from paying any claims through the nearly $1.8 billion fund set up for Trump allies who believe they were government weaponization victims. The judge is also banning the fund's actual creation as a suit challenging it plays out. There's been fierce backlash since the Justice Department announced the fund last week.
Anybody in this country is eligible to apply.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche did not rule out letting Capitol rioters seek compensation. Sagar Magani, Washington.
Former Attorney General Pam Bondi is back on Capitol Hill today to testify behind closed doors to the House Oversight Committee on her role in uncovering the Jeffrey Epstein files during her tenure as Attorney General. Bondi has faced intense criticism from many survivors of Epstein and her handling of the files, and many of them appeared outside of the hearing this morning, ready to hear what Bondi has to say. Marina Lacerda, a survivor, spoke with ABC News as what she hopes will happen with Bondi during today's proceedings.
We just hope that she's here to, make some sense out of everything, because the last time we were here, there was a lot of lashing, there was a lot of dehumanizing the survivors. So we hope that she finds it in her heart to speak the truth today.
Memorial Day marked the unofficial start of summer, and with the school year nearing completion, AAA is reminding Pennsylvanians about the 100 Days of Safe Driving. The campaign, which runs from Memorial Day to Labor Day, aims to reduce crashes during what AAA's Jim Garrity calls a high-risk period, especially for teens.
If you think about it, there's more people, or there's more teens out driving, school's out, they're out with friends, they're enjoying the weather, and there's more people in general on the road, especially when it comes to road trips and things like that.
Previously, the campaign was called the 100 Deadliest Days. Nationally, during these 100 days, more than 30% of fatal crashes involve teen drivers. and nearly one-third of all impaired driving deaths occur. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 365 points, the Nasdaq up 95, the S&P 500 up 26 points. KDK Sports, the Pirates open a 3-game series with the Twins tonight at PNC Park. Jared Jones will be making his first start since arm surgery. He missed all of last year. First pitch is set for 6:40. KDK Radio News Time 103. Right now, sunny and 72 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
Pittsburgh, we've got a problem. Home care is in crisis and there aren't enough caregivers to meet the demand. So if you've got a loved one with Medicaid and needs care, don't wait. Freedom Care was built for this moment. We help you get care at home from someone you already trust. A family member or friend who can get paid to help with everyday needs like meals, medication, bathing, and mobility. If you have Medicaid, it's 100% free to you. No waiting lists. Just real care from your people right now. Freedom Care handles it all. Training, payroll, and support. So you can stay safe and comfortable at home and your caregiver gets paid after every shift guaranteed. With 97% satisfaction and over 150 million hours of care delivered, Pittsburgh families are already making the switch to care at home. Take care of your own and get paid with Freedom Care. Call 412-844-5990. That's 412-844-5990. Call now, 412-844-5990. 412-844-5990.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early, bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will stay nice and sunny with a high of 78, then a few clouds and a bit of a breeze with a low of 52 tonight. Mostly sunny and breezy, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Order for Jennifer C.
Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve?
Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine?
Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, really? That's great.
Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, you just said that.
Did you say I just said that?
Yeah, I'm cutting you off.
I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit.
Eggland's Best, the only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best, better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Got the legend on the line, David Urban. One of my favorite Americans and local guy with a big brain and a big platform, a CNN commentator, actually good friends with Trump, knows what the hell he's talking about. Before I grab him, I want him to listen to this piece because he'll relate to this from ABC this morning. Listen.
Higher new government data shows Americans are saving less of their income than at any other time in the last 4 years. The personal savings rate dropped sharply to 2.6% in April. 1 year ago, it was twice that high. And typically in a healthy economy, that savings rate is around 6%. So this does suggest that people are dipping into their savings to help pay for essentials like gas and groceries as those prices spike. Overall, prices in the economy right now are going up at the fastest pace in 3 years. So the inflation rate is 3.8%. Importantly now, Americans' paychecks are not keeping up with inflation. So on average, wages are up 3.6% in the past year. We have seen consumer spending has been very resilient, but some major retailers are warning of those signs of stress. Costco just reported record-breaking sales of gas. Shoppers are looking for lower prices there, and Costco said that a lot of those sales are from shoppers who are coming there for the very first time.
No one gets this better than David Urban. We're kind of at this inflection point, brother, where I feel like I talk to my boys in the car business, slowing down. I talk to my boys in the food business, grocery stores, slowing down. Are you feeling this, David?
Yeah, Marty, here's the crazy part. I'm going to look at this one thing today. Hold on, bear with me.
Yeah, of course.
The S&P, I think, today again was at another all-time high.
Oh, it's insane. He's so right. It's
so,
bizarre.
So at one end of the economy, with people dipping into their savings, not being able to make, and at the other end of the economy, people who have money in the equities markets, or if you have a 401k that's invested, you're doing pretty well. But people overall don't have that kind of money, and no one's playing the stock market. They're worried about, making it home on the bus.
It's bizarre, David. We got people spending $80,000 for one Knicks ticket. We have folks who cannot buy groceries. It's the great divide, sir. Right? Right, David?
No, it is a great divide, Marty. It's a great divide, and it's bad because our country, the long-term health of our country, depends on everybody kind of experiencing the American dream together.
Yes.
You have to be able to get a shot at it. If you don't feel like you got a shot at the American dream, then forget about it. People are going to lose hope, and the divide in America will become bigger and bigger between the haves and the have-nots. And we don't want to have a country where people don't feel like they got a shot.
David Urban, I have a friend who sells real estate in Aspen. Median price is $7 million. They pay cash. Cash, David, 95% of the deals. Most of the people in Pittsburgh cannot afford a home. That's the great divide, sir.
Yeah. It is a great divide, and that's a challenge. Listen, Marty, that's a challenge not just for Republicans, Democrats. It's a challenge for every person who enters political life. Is how do you flatten that out? How do you flatten it out so that people in Ambridge feel like they got a shot at the great American dream? But listen, if you work hard, you can make it. You may not have a house in Aspen, but you may have a house in Aspinwall.
Nice. But David, it's getting worse, brother. 5 million Americans can't afford a house. What do we do, man?
Well, Marty, we got to bring. Listen, I do applaud the president's move to reshore jobs, right? That's what we got to do. We got to bring manufacturing back to America. We got to make stuff in America. You're not going to listen. The gig economy, people working for Amazon and delivering packages and Grubhub and all those things. That's great. Driving for Uber, get a lot of flexibility, but that's not going to allow you to make enough money to buy a house.
No.
Right, and so the challenge is, Marty, how do we get? When I was a kid growing up, I looked down the Ohio River when I went across the Ambridge Aliquippa Bridge, and for 6-7 miles down that river stretched the factory. That factory's gone, Marty. Those 15,000 jobs, high-paying jobs, all gone. So how do we get that back?
My parents bought their first house on Noble Street in Shadyside for $7,000. This is a true story. That house, David, that house today is $850,000. Same street, brother. I'm serious.
Well, that's just part of that's the American dream. I don't begrudge, but the people invest well and do well.
Yeah.
I just want people to be able to have an opportunity to go down. I tell this story, and people are probably sick of hearing it.
It's all right.
When my dad graduated from Ambridge High School, with his, he had graduated, walked downtown, walked over to J&L, got a job at J&L, working in the tin mill, and later became a Boilermaker.
Love it.
Welder, rigger, Boilermaker. But he was able to do that because he had a good work ethic, Marty. He was a strong back and a good work ethic, and was able to raise his family. Today in America, I don't think that exists. If you're a kid and you're graduating from Ambridge High School, Hopewell High School, Aliquippa High School, Beaver, any of those places that I grew up, and you want to go work in a factory and raise your family, it's impossible.
I cannot get anyone to tell me how the hell we're going to get people to make $100,000 into a nice house. I can't.
Well, there is. We are like naked plug for a company I'm working with, EOS Energy Systems.
Oh yeah,
doing great work.
Love them
down in Turtle Creek and other places. We've reshored.
Love them.
Manufacturing, doing things, but we need a lot of those.
Yes. Yeah. David Urban, Trevin, tell David when I ask you about buying a house, tell him the chances of you being able to afford a house anytime. You laugh about it, right?
I am laughing. And I'm kind of disappointed in myself and upset with myself because of, decisions that you make earlier in life can impact you later in life and put you in certain situations. But David, as what Marty was referring to, is I laughed because the prices of housing is so high that the job market, and Marty said to me, well, what are you talking about? My paycheck, and I would think the average person, your paycheck isn't matching up to the opportunity
and
that
hold
you're
on,
talking
you
about.
have 3 jobs. Your wife has 4 more.
Well, yeah. But
I'm just saying.
That's true.
Marty, listen, I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, Trayman, again, just like my pop had that opportunity. You should have that opportunity.
You should.
And I understand that, David, but let me ask this question. You and Marty are talking about the young students back in the day, and it's like those people have come from different eras. They've come from the experiences of a war, not so much like the war that we're experiencing now, but a different type of war to where everything was more like blue collar. I mean, you had blue collar workers who had the opportunity to make those things happen, correct?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get back to that.
So that's what I'm saying. We need to bring back. We need to reshore more jobs to America. We need to make more things in Pittsburgh.
We are. And we're pushing it. David Urban, my brother. Truth to power, man. Thank you.
Marty, thanks for doing what you do. Always great being with you on Fridays. All those people of Pittsburgh, have a great weekend.
Makes my day. David Urban, the man.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg with your KFC weekend weather update. On Saturday, expect partly sunny skies with a drop in temperatures. The high will be 67 degrees. Moving into Sunday, there will be intervals of clouds and sunshine with a high reaching 69 degrees. Introducing the KFC $10 bucket of the day deal. Now, every weekday, you get a different bucket of crispy, crunchy chicken for just $10 each. 24 nuggets, $10, 8 piece, $10, 10 wings, $10, 8 tenders, $10 only at KFC. Prices and participation may vary while supplies last.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Cater country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. Always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Because of you, families across our region don't have to wonder where their next meal is coming from. Thank you for your support of the 7th annual Feed the Need Radiothon. You're helping provide our neighbors food for today, stability for tomorrow, and opportunity for a lifetime. Visit PittsburghFoodBank.org.
When you're at work, you never know when you'll be interrupted. But with the Dell Pro, powered by Intel Core Ultra with vPro, no matter what distracts you, your laptop won't. It's battery optimized for the way you work with built-in intelligence that quiets distractions when you need to focus. Your laptop will help keep you locked in, even when it's bring your dog to work day. Built for those who stay in the flow. The Dell Pro, built for you. Dell.com/Dell-Pro.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com that make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First, drown it with a bucket of water. Then stir it with a shovel.
Wow. You sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips. Because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet stop you from being active and getting healthy. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
At a time when children are in crisis, the Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us. At home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are.
If you're at school having a bad day, you just don't want to do anything.
I just get these thoughts like, do better. All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed?
He's just in tears in the huddle. I was like, what's wrong? And he's just like, I'm just so frustrated, and I didn't know what to do.
None of my undergraduate studies talked about mental health.
Teachers need tons of help. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
What if everything you learned in history class was only half the story? I'm Dr. Hrini Bhatt, host of Hidden History. Every Monday, I go where history gets mysterious. Vanished civilizations, doomsday prophecies, paranormal phenomena, and events that science still can't fully explain. On Hidden History, I treat these moments like open case files. Not myths, not superstition, just incomplete explanations waiting for a closer look. Listen to and follow Hidden History, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I love David Urban because he's a brilliant guy. He's a West Point guy, Penn Law School guy, but he's also a regular guy from here. Loves it here and has an insane perspective. And he's close friends with Trump. No hyperbole, though. He just is, and he gives me the real deal. And I want to play this clip again as we get into this conversation. Go ahead, please, Trevin. Thank you.
Higher new government data shows Americans are saving less of their income than at any other time in the last 4 years. The personal savings rate dropped sharply to 2.6% in April. 1 year ago, it was twice that high. And typically in a healthy economy, that savings rate is around 6%. So this does suggest that people are dipping into their savings to help pay for essentials like gas and groceries as those prices spike. Overall, prices in the economy right now are going up at the fastest pace in 3 years. So the inflation rate is 3.8%. Importantly now, Americans' paychecks are not keeping up with inflation. So on average, wages are up 3.6% in the past year. We have seen consumer spending has been very resilient, but some major retailers are warning of those signs of stress. Costco just reported record-breaking sales of gas. Shoppers are looking for lower prices there, and Costco said that a lot of those sales are from shoppers who are coming there for the very first time.
So, I asked around. My friends in the car business say it's slow. The Wall Street Journal did a piece yesterday saying there are 1 million fewer car buyers right now. Interest rates ticked up for homes, highest rate in almost a year. As a result, fewer homes being purchased. Food. I was texting with my friends in the food business. And all of them said the same thing. Hold on, let me get to my notes. Hold on. Only fair to get to the notes. Okay? selling less stuff. The grocery stores are selling less stuff because people are feeling the pinch. Every single retail outlet is seeing this. Saw a piece yesterday. 46% fewer Americans planning for a big vacation. I completely get it. Look, I'm not saying we're in a depression or a recession, but there's this conflation of issues right now that's kind of raining down on us. Gas prices, it's $80 to fill your tank. It was $50, right? If you're buying steak for the family, it's $38 a pound for filet, if that's what you like. And it was in the 20s. Stuff like that, it all adds up. Air travel is higher because of gas prices. Housing is insanely high. The median price in America is $440,000. The median price in Pittsburgh is $300,000. I asked my car guys, same thing. They're selling more used cars because people can't afford the new cars. They're in the 50s for a new car. It's weird. If you want a truck, like a Denali, which are gorgeous, fine, but they're 90+ thousand. That's a house, man. Huh? I swear to God, I followed a guy in an Escalade. The new Escalade, it's electric. I saw one last Saturday in Bridgeville. It was so beautiful, I followed him. I looked it up, Trevin, when I got home, just for grins. Starting, $135,000.
And you just hurt my feelings.
$135,000.
That's incredible.
It is. They have them for $160,000. I'm not saying every car costs that. But what I'm saying is the average used car is almost $30,000. I saw this reporter, I had a laugh, telling us we can get used cars for $5,000. Okay. All right. Love to meet you at that lot. You might get some jalopy at some friggin' junkyard. I know a bunch of car guys. We've all looked at cars. A decent used car. Now, Subaru's cool, though. You can get one, high teens, used. A used truck? No, ma'am. No, not a Denali or Tahoe or whatever the hell they're called. No. It's a very difficult time for a lot of folks feeling a lot of stress. I do not blame Trump for this stuff. I'm not that kind of guy. There's 8,000 things happening. But it's very stressful for a lot of folks just trying to get through, man. Just trying to get through. Go to the store and you want to buy grass seed. I'm serious.
Enlighten me, Marty.
Grass seed, $75 for a bag of friggin' grass seed, Trevin.
That's incredible.
It is.
You mentioned earlier, you said that we're not in a recession or depression, and I get the depression piece. But why, I guess, for lack of a better way of asking the question, are we not in a recession or close to a recession when you're looking at the high prices of gasoline,
I'm
looking at groceries?
I don't know, but there are rules to a recession.
Got it.
And that is, those things have not ticked into place yet. But to your point, the gurus, the men and women who know say you're right, that here we are in the doorway.
Okay, in the doorway, but not
there.
Okay, got it.
And David's right. And Patrick knows this too. The stock market has friggin' exploded. But much of that is tech. Just saying. The other stuff, not so great.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we're here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Life-changing medicine is happening every day at UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute.
We have the luxury to be bold, to continue to be pioneers in the world for innovative heart care.
We are the place of discovery. Literally, the world experts in cardiac care are in this institution.
By combining technology, research, and the latest innovations, patients from all over the world come to UPMC.
Because of the expertise that exists here at UPMC, it allows us to take on patients that have been turned down at other centers.
We offer unique heart procedures that you cannot get anywhere else. One of our founding mantras is that compassion has to be at the forefront of everything that we do.
From leading the region in cardiac procedures to being the only center in the state to offer integrated women's health and heart care, UPMC is pioneering life-changing cardiac care every day. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 72 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Allegheny County Sheriff Kevin Krause going to court to fight efforts to impose term limits on himself and other county officials. He's filed a complaint in Common Pleas Court over an effort to put term limits on the ballot this fall as a referendum question through a change to Allegheny County's home rule charter. Krause's complaint says the state constitution deliberately removed term limits for the sheriff back in 1945. The lawsuit argues the county is overstepping its home rule powers. Here's attorney Tom King.
There is no way that the Allegheny County Council has the authority to term limit the sheriff of Allegheny County, and we're concerned, of course, that someone else would pick up on this and have the same attempt in another county in Pennsylvania. I'm the general counsel for the Pennsylvania Sheriff's Association, representing all the sheriffs.
The referendum question would also cap the county executive, council members, the district attorney, treasurer, and controller to a maximum of 3 terms. Does the Pittsburgh Public School District have a problem with excessive teacher absenteeism? Community data indicating between 10 to 20% of its teachers are calling off every school day. Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Wayne Walters, telling Marty Griffin on KDKA that those numbers may be disheartening, but he remains hopeful.
Being a teacher is a challenging job. And so the more that we can get the support for teachers to really feel good and feel strong and have those supports, I think we'll see significant decline in those things. But, you know, like every other profession, I mean, they're human, so they do get sick. They do have family dynamics that they're taking care of. And so, you know, we have those challenges just like in every other job market. It's just pronounced when we're serving children that you get to see more of that.
Pittsburgh Public Schools has an established attendance improvement program that tracks illness and unexcused absences. Residents in Ross Traver are complaining of a rodent problem along Route 51. One resident says she's seen hundreds of rats outside her window on Adams Road. Dr. Chad Gore says what makes this such a tough problem to solve, that rats are very smart rodents.
Very much so, yeah. They're extremely smart, and it's unfortunate for us because it makes it difficult to control them at times. They can learn the environment. They'll learn when new things pop up in the environment, such as control measures, and they can avoid them. And if they ever have a negative encounter with one of those, they'll never go back to it again.
Ross Traver officials say the problem seems to stem from one particular property along Route 51 due to unsanitary conditions. Police from Mount Lebanon are asking for the public's help in identifying with a woman who pretended to be a caregiver in order to gain access to an elderly person's apartment. Then, according to police, she stole items, including the victim's debit card, which was later used at several stores. You can see her photos on our website at kdkradio.com. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 341 points, the Nasdaq up 80, the S&P 500 is up 23 points. KDKA Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update is 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
What can make me feel this?
The Temptations.
My girl, my girl.
And the Four Tops. Friday, June 5th, 7:30 p.m., the Benedum Center. The Temptations. And the Four Tops. On sale at trustarts.org and 412-456-6666.
Being diagnosed with leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, or one of over 100 other types of blood cancer makes people want more time to do the things they love. That means more time to be artists, prom dates, world travelers, and moms. We are Blood Cancer United, the world's leading organization focused solely on blood cancer research, support, and advocacy. We do the most for more people with blood cancer, so people with blood cancer can do more of whatever they want. Blood Cancer United. Join us at bloodcancerunited.org.
Ready to start thinking like Wall Street without leaving Main Street? Tune in Sunday mornings at 6:30 for a slice of advice with Kelton Burgess. Right here on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hockey is a passion for fans of the sport, but also for the youth who fall in love with the game. With the ever-increasing cost of participating in hockey, many families face financial challenges. The Assisted Goals Foundation was founded to remove financial barriers and to create lasting growth in the sport for current and future players of all backgrounds and communities. Help the Assisted Goals Foundation make the game of hockey available and accessible to anyone, anywhere, at any time. You too can provide an assist. Donate today at assistedgoals.org.
Hey folks, it's Marty. Turning 65? Are you overwhelmed by Medicare options? With over 60 plans to choose from, it's easy to get confused. MediConnect is hosting free in-person workshops across Pittsburgh for answers you need. No obligation, just advice. Whether you have questions about coverage, prescriptions, retirement goals, MediConnect's team will assist in finding the right plan for you. Call 888-818-6334. 888-818-6334. Medicare made simple.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Beautiful weather this afternoon. We'll have sunshine and a high of 78. A few clouds and a breeze with a low of 52 tonight, then mostly sunny and breezy, high 72 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
This is attorney Christine Brown-Murphy with the law firm of Zachariah Brown. If you have a loved one in a nursing home, we need to talk. Give our office a call at 724-942-6200 or visit our website at pittsburghelderlaw.com.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell. Licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us Monday on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 9, as we welcome the month of June with a list of things that you can do in and around our hometown.
Okay, this is a big deal. And I'm just getting word from my wife, Christine, who's been supporting this and who has information on this this issue involving phone-free schools. Monday's a big day. This is actually very cool. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
The only person I get to call sweetheart on the air. Tell me what's happening Monday. This is important.
Yeah, we just found out that the Pennsylvania State House of Representatives in Harrisburg will be voting Monday on House Bill 1814. That is the bill to mandate that all schools, secondary and younger, in Pennsylvania are phone free. This is something that more than half of states in the country already have. This would be bell to bell, which basically means the first bell to the last bell. Kids would not be allowed to have their phones. Of course, there are exceptions made for people who have special needs or certain circumstances, but the whole point is that this is freedom from phones, and the science and the research is showing that this is really helping out kids to be phone free during the school day.
And there's even data now that schools are saying to hell with the phones and the laptops. They want to get back to the basics. Pencils, paper, notebooks. Right, honey?
Yeah, actually, just this week, one of the two largest teachers' unions just came out nationally and said they are advocating for going back to more pen and paper. They're finding the screens are just not as good for learning, and that's something that Pennsylvania and Unplugged has advocated for. And speaking of teachers' unions, 200,000 teachers in Pennsylvania, represented by one of the largest teachers' union, is supporting this House bill for phone-free schools, as is the School Resource Officers Association, because I know that's often been one of the concerns families have is, you know, I want my kid to have a phone during the school day if something bad should happen. But the school resource officers are really saying this is the best for everybody involved.
Kind of has a lot of grassroots effort in Mount Lebanon. You have a whole group, do you not?
Yeah, and again, I'm speaking on behalf of Christine Griffin, not on my job. But yes, there's an organization called Lebo Unplugged. We're a chapter of Pennsylvania Unplugged. They've met with more than 30 legislators, advocated in different hearings up in Harrisburg for this bill, and really have been the largest support from parents for this legislation. And it did pass the Senate already, and Governor Shapiro has already said he will sign it. This is the final thing that is needed. So if this is something that you support, or if it's something you don't support, now is the time to reach out to your legislator and let them know, because they will be voting on it, we're told, on Monday.
And you've had tremendous support from Devlin Robinson as well, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. He was one of the original sponsors, our local state senator, Devlin Robinson. Many of our local legislators have been supportive of it. I mean, it passed in the state Senate by only one person did not vote for it. It does show, but it's not guaranteed in the House. So I don't want people to think like, oh, it's going to pass. There is, some concern that it may or may not. So if this is important to you, I think it's best if you could email, call, reach out to your rep and let them know.
This annoys the hell out of the kids. So she knows this. They find this to be annoying. They think it's punitive. Do they not, honey?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an adjustment. If you're used to having your phone at school all day, of course, going to not having it is going to be a huge adjustment. It would be for anybody. But I will tell you, I've spoken with at least one principal who did make that change 2 years ago. And she said, first of all, for the kids, the teachers love it. She said the parents love it. Even the parents who were against it came back to her after and said that they were wrong and that it was really an improvement to the entire school culture. And she said the kids, quote unquote, low key like it because now they're forced to talk to people. There's always going to be an adjustment when there's change. But,
Patrick,
again, the research is showing it's the right thing.
What is your kid saying?
For kids.
What are his friends saying? My kids are annoyed by this. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, they're a little annoyed, but their teachers already do this. So I think he only has 3 classes this semester. 2 of the 3, they have to put their phones in a lockbox or a basket when they go into class.
Honey,
so
do they do that?
They're fine with that.
Do they do that now? I forget.
They do it at Mount Lebanon, yes. They do have to put it in a caddy when they walk in the class. The difference with this bill is that they would not be allowed to use their phones in between classes in the hallways or at lunchtime or study hall, all those downtimes as well. So it's really, this addresses not just the academic concerns, but more of the social concerns as well with having the phones available all day.
Using a cliche, sweetheart, less is more. I'm with you, honey. Less is more. It just is.
And this isn't to put it all on teachers and schools.
No.
I mean, parents, all of us are in this together. We're all trying to help our kids and ourselves. I mean, we're the first ones who have to be role models for our kids on how to use our phones, and we're all trying to figure it out. It's not easy.
Christine, what do you want folks to do this weekend? Or even today, probably?
Yeah, voice your opinion today if you can, or before Monday morning for House Bill 1814, which is the phone-free schools bill in Pennsylvania. It's going to be voted on Monday.
Call your rep. Thanks, honey.
Thank you.
She's good. Cute, too. The phones have become too much in school. It's gross. And I'm the same way, by the way. I'm a big offender. Because in my world, I'm always producing this show. Ask Patrick, who gets stuff from me at 11 at night or 4 in the morning. That's my problem. To the point where I have to physically put it somewhere so I don't see it. And it's a gift to have the information, but it's a curse to not find a way to control it. Right? Right, Patrick? You do that. You control
absolutely.
it.
Yeah, I've started putting my phone away, 9, 10 o'clock. I put it away and try and stay off of it completely. But
Trevin, what about you? You put it away?
I'm the worst person to ask. I ignore my phone.
Yeah, I noticed this. I have noticed this, Patrick. He's like my dad.
I put my phone down and I let it go. I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, man. I love you. Right back.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Pittsburgh, get ready. Three Rivers Comic-Con is celebrating its 10th year in 2026, and it's bigger than ever. Meet comic creators, shop unique vendors, and dive into a full day of fandom fun for all ages. Whether you're into comics, art, cosplay, or collectibles, this is the event you don't want to miss. Join the celebration and be part of a decade of comics culture. Get your tickets for Three Rivers Comic-Con 2026 at threeriverscomiccon.com or at the door. Presented by New Dimension Comics.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
When you're handling an estate or an inherited home, the decisions can feel overwhelming. At Home Buyers of Pittsburgh, we help families through this every single week. We make a quick, fair cash offer on the home, coordinate any cleanouts, help you through the process, and we'll buy it in its current condition. No pressure, no surprises. Visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057 for help selling today. That's 412-500-9057 for help selling today.
Home Buyers of Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh's local trusted home buyer since 2015.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Galinder Cocktail Brewery announced it will close its taproom doors in June. The business first opened at 6614 Hamilton Avenue in 2021 and offered a variety of craft cocktails and spirits. After nearly 5 years in the East End, Goodlander announced on social media that the taproom's last day will be Saturday, June 6th. Also, fast-growing AI safety startup Gray Swan AI announced it had raised a $40 million Series A. Gray Swan was launched in 2024 by a team of Carnegie Mellon University researchers, including CEO Matt Fredrickson and Chief Scientist and OpenAI board member Zico Coulter. The startup, which is headquartered in office space in Shadyside, had previously disclosed investments of at least $5 million and development tools for AI companies to assess the risks of their systems before deployment. The $40 million Series A was co-led by Palo Alto-based Wing Venture Capital and Seattle-based Madrona Venture Group, and saw participation from Obvious Ventures, Snowflake Ventures, Hudson River Trading, Samsung Next, and local firm and returning investor Magarac Venture Partners. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills that never match what you thought you were paying? Cut the nonsense.
Right now at redpocket.com, new and existing customers adding a line can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. That's only $60 a year.
And here's the kicker. Red Pocket Mobile gives you access to all 3 5G networks. You pick the one that works best where you live or work, or switch anytime for better coverage. And with Red Pocket, you keep your phone and your number. Why in the world would you not switch? Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Celebrate Memorial Day with big savings from Red Pocket Mobile. Right now, new and existing customers can get our premium 5G plan for just $5 a month. Just $60 a year, and choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price at redpocket.com. That's redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
My man Dean calling about the roaches. I love all of you, but my man Dean, if you have a problem that needs solved, email me. It's easier. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. Get Marty at KDKRadio.com. I'm not trying to disrespect that you have a rodent problem, but I'm not two things. I'm not a rodent expert, and I can't solve your rodent problem on a talk show at 10 minutes to 2 on Friday afternoon. But email me, getmarty at kdkradio.com. It's just, I want to mention this because I think it's important. We're putting together something pretty astounding that we will bring to the general public in the next month or so. It comes across my desk more than anyone's because folks send me their messages. Their messages of hopelessness, quite frankly. Can't get a car fixed. Can't pay a water bill. Can't buy groceries. We get a lot of this. And unless I cobble together, and I'm not complaining because you folks have been, like, we have cash in a drawer in the back because people drop it off at the front desk, and then I'll meet someone on the street and give them $500. Fine. Not really an efficient way to do things at scale, as they say. A very successful man who wants to remain anonymous but is insanely courageous and a big shot and a player and has a lot of hope in creating change and making a difference and helping those kind of folks. It came to me last week and asked for a face-to-face meeting, and we had it, and wants to do this anonymously, but we're going to set up, in essence, what amounts to a fund to help you folks at scale. And we're working with probably the best nonprofit in America. My man Ozzy, who's brilliant, charming, kind, engaging, and successful. Probably the best foundation, probably the best nonprofit in America, Brother's Brother. They have these insane mobile units right now helping people with medical issues. It's amazing what they accomplish. And if you're in their headquarters, it boggles the mind. What they did was, and what they do is, they have all these big brains from Carnegie Mellon with PhDs who hit home runs in the private sector who said, I want to make a difference. And I want to change the game. and I want to do something magnificent. And they are. So that being said, because I do want to mention that this comes up a lot, and I hate it. I don't hate that you need. I hate that we can't help everyone fast. We hope for a phone call or a check or something. There's no mechanism in place to be constantly helping people, and that's kind of why we're here. So if we need a roof for a house, that's what we needed for Pastor Hogan. One of my boys had to write a check. I just did. And then NASCO had to do it at cost, and they did. My point is there has to be a way to make that work better. And long story short, without being public about the man involved, because he's adamant about saying he wants to be anonymous, which is so damn cool. But I see more and more rich people having these Warren Buffett moments, as I call them. What is that? Buffett, who for most of his life has been the richest man on earth, is now and has been giving away his vast fortune, other than about 2% of it to give to his heirs, whatever you want to say. And he's changing the world. Bill Gates, the same thing. Gates says, whether you like him or not, I don't really care. Writing checks to change the world. Oftentimes, rich guys hit a wall. They chase this rabbit, and then they realize, my steak is thick enough. I'm cool. And my kids don't need $25 billion each. I'll just ruin them. And as my friend Nia says, you and the anonymous person are inspiring and creating true heroes. The man who reached out to me and met me at the Panera down the street, the first thing he said was, I won't do any of this if you make this public. Because I'm kind of a big fan of giving accolades, because I think it's important to pat people on the back, whether it's my kids or Patrick or Trevin. What they do behind the scenes and what we ended up accomplishing with this team on a daily basis would blow your mind. And I know there's a significant audience out there of folks that can't stand me, and that's cool too. That's what you are. We are. I am what I am. And there's things I do that irritate you, and I completely get that. However, those same people turn around and ask me for help, and we don't deny them. But what hurts my heart is that just about every single day, somebody comes to us and says, I need help, and we can't help them. You know what I'm saying, Patrick? You know what I mean, brother?
Yeah,
you know this, we feel this.
Yeah, it is hard when you can't help somebody, and you really want to.
Yep.
And there's so many things we'd love to do that we just can't.
And we are going to. Very, very soon. All right, so stay tuned for that. We'll announce the details of that here. Is that Margot? Margot, come here, please, real quick, please. Right here. She made, Patrick, tell her.
Those cookies.
Maybe the best we've ever had.
Yeah, for real.
Guys,
oh, my God.
Thanks.
My wife went berserk.
Really? Did she like it?
They stuck to a napkin because of the chocolate.
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
the hell
yeah.
it is. And my son was eating the napkin. What the hell is that?
It was a sea salt caramel chocolate chip cookie.
Did you make that up?
I didn't make it up, the concept, but I made
it's unbelievable.
I made the cookies up with my hands.
Like the bottom was coated with, was that caramel?
Yeah. Wow. And I made the caramel myself.
No.
Stop. I did.
So my wife and son and daughters were eating them like it was their last supper.
I love that you brought them to them.
Oh, I didn't. Well, as soon as I tasted it, I said, they're not going to believe this.
They got to try
Will you send me that recipe?
I will. I got it on AI.
Did you?
No way.
I did. Well, I refined it to kind of make it better, but I just said, give me a caramel chocolate chip recipe, because when you go on those recipe sites, you have to read an essay about how they figured out they liked chocolate and caramel together. And then so I just wanted just a random recipe that,
Best cookie we ever had in our lives. So send me the recipe?
I'll send it.
Insane, right, Patrick?
Amazing.
For real.
Thanks, guys.
You could sell
Rock
that.
Star.
Woo.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little